You're interrupting my watching your podcast? What can I do? I'll keep... What am I gonna do? Sometime. Another time. Okay. Hello! Like a four-wheel drive. Hello, welcome to the Atrioc broadcast. March 13th, 2025. How the hell are you? Some of you were in the middle of watching the podcast. I'm going to interrupt it. Sorry. That's the power of VOD-based media versus the crackling energy of live. You can't recreate this. You say something, it appears right here. Bam, I'm responding instantly. It's that kind of, you know what I'm saying? What can a podcast hope to match versus a live stream? You say glizzy, I go, glizzy? My fingers aren't glizzy, and that's an unmatched, no one could do that on a podcast. But I hope you enjoyed it. Episode 2 is out today. I can't believe Doug is... Dude, I told Doug. If you guys don't know, podcast just came out called The Great Tesla Debate, where Doug and I debate the future of Tesla, essentially. He takes the pro side, where they may have, you know, some good investments for the future, and I take the side where I think they're kind of fucked. And my side's easier to take in the public sphere of opinion because Elon Musk is kind of a douchebag. So I told him, I think I said it on the pod, but I also said it off the pod. I was like, if people actually give you shit for being the much needed devil's advocate for this pod, then I'm going to be in the comments crashing out. I'm going to be crashing out, dude. Doug is doing a hero's journey. He's doing the most important fucking part. Somebody taking the stance and like trying to steel man the argument is like important. Any hootie in the blowfish. How are you guys doing? Trans Trouble. Thank you for the 6 months. Can we bet money on who will be right? I mean, you can literally bet money in the stock market on where you think Tesla will go. We're not going to put a gamble up in our fucking podcast. You can do what you will. I'd advise against it. But you have that capability as an investor. Ready to listen to the new Cardi album? I'm not really a Cardi guy. I don't know how to tell you that. Honestly, I'm a fucking boomer in that I listen to a lot of, like, you know, like J. Cole and Kendrick are old now. The only not even new school isn't the right word, but the only newer, maybe post 2010s rappers I really like are Denzel and JID. That's like it. I can't think of anybody. Like, I don't listen to fucking Young Lean, dude. I don't listen to, none of these people are really up my alley. JID's old, yeah, but I mean JID's newer than Cole and Kendrick, so Lil Baby. I only listen to Lil Baby when he does the homophobic rants. The music, I sleep. The homophobic rants, I turn it up. Oh, and Doechii. Yeah, of course, Doechii, but she's just becoming a superstar now. That's Da Baby? Oh, you said Lil Baby. I don't listen to Lil Baby at all. I listen to Da Baby. There's a good Death Stranding 2 trailer. The whole game's a trailer, bro. Fucking walking simulator ass. Fucking turn on your YouTube, watch it. Fucking ass, head ass. +2, +12, dude. No, I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it. Reddit changed its tagline to the heart of the internet. Okay. Do you think that'll save it? I took a quick gander. Stock's down 40% this month. Maybe changing it to the heart of the internet will turn it all around. That heart needs a triple bypass. Oh, by the way, speaking of this whooshing sound, I sent a DM to fucking Dan Giesling today, telling him that I'll try to get him the whooshing sound, but it turns out if he uses the same extension as me and he clicks on a message while I'm live, it'll pop up on my screen. Because Auto only built it for me. So it's only one URL or whatever. It's not like custom to each. So I don't want to give Dan Giesling the ability to fucking pop up messages on my screen. I'm sure it's a simple fix, but I can't do it. I'm more of the trips to Florida, you know? Ordered the hors d'oeuvres straight to the water. Have you seen the Wendigoon video on the Chiquita Banana, the Blood Company? I have not seen that video, but I am aware of the banana republics that these banana companies overthrew governments to keep their banana profits flowing. TBH, you have zero overlap in your stream schedule. It still feels like a bit of an oversight, though, doesn't it? I've listened to Lena Khan on Freakonomics. No, that sounds interesting. I have a couple things to talk about today. Oh my God, I was looking at my whiteboard because I wrote down topics and then I forgot that I wiped my whiteboard completely because I was going to write them nicer and neater. And then I never did that, but it's fine. I'm sure. I'm sure. I have, it's all up here. Steel trap. Steel fucking trap, dude. Don't you worry about that. By the way, would hate to miss the ending of this Lakers game. If the Lakers are making a miracle comeback, which they are not, they're down 16 points in the fourth quarter. They're going to lose. Lakers dynasty is over. The dream is dead. Bandwagon fans like me will have to disappear. Nico was right. No, actually, Luka played fucking amazing this game. I watched the first half. Luka played fucking amazing. Luka not washed. Team's washed. Will you be discussing the growing discourse? Okay, this is important. The growing discourse that you've been avoiding calf raises in fear your legs pop too much and you have too many ladies chasing you. I have heard this. Very growing discourse. This is a common idea and thread. I can assure you I don't skip leg day, folks. It's been going around, but don't skip leg day. Honestly, I do. I skip leg day and arm day and chest day and back day. I have not been working out. Only been playing basketball. That's the only exercise I get, and it's making me swole. If I just stop climbing to play basketball. Honestly, that's all. That's the fucking main thing I do. I play fucking basketball. I don't skip hoop day, little bro. You look like your knees are weak and your arms are heavy. And it is, I mean, it wasn't an ironic thing. My sweater is covered in vomit. Totally unrelated, but I do vomit over all of my clothing before I wear it. Is today Marketing Monday? Well, given that it's fucking Thursday, and given that we already did a Marketing Monday on Tuesday, you would think, year of kindness, am I being unkind? Is my voice raised or am I being unkind? This is an important distinction. What if I were to say, you look really awesome today? Chad, it's great to see you. You are awesome people. Is that unkind? No, that is me raising my voice, but being quite kind. So yeah, I understand. Do you really have to analyze what I'm saying? Is it unkind or is it just loud? It comes off as sarcastic. Go to the Reddit, bro. Go to the Reddit if you want to talk sarcasm discourse. Holy fuck. Hey, Atrioc, it's Batman from the A-Corp Discord. This is your first time chat message. I don't know if this is going to surprise you. I don't know every single A-Corp Discord member by name. Regarding Hitman Bingo, I think the challenge is... Oh, you're the Hitman Bingo guy. I do actually know exactly who you are. Hitman Bingo is a great idea. It would range from simple... He had this idea of us, me, Link, and Spectacore doing Hitman Bingo, where it's like a bunch of challenges. We try to fill the board, or... That could be really cool. But I will not be creating the bingo board myself. So, TBD, but... Ba 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 da 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 ba ba ba. Why did this get blocked? Automod blocked Tyro Lace's comment for saying the word colleague. That's crazy. Did you spell it wrong? I think I spelled it wrong. Oh, league. Oh, it's league. We brand league because of fucking people fucking freaking out about it when I was playing league. Anyway. Lemonade stands fire. Thank you. Gracias, senor. Lemonade stand, episode 2, out today. The Great Tesla Debate was fun to do. We had a good time. Learned some stuff. Doug explained the tech of self-driving cars and the difference between the LiDAR-powered Waymos and the camera-powered Teslas. It's interesting. You know? And then Aiden makes an emotional appeal for trains and how we all just need fucking trains in America and how who cares about self-driving cars? We need some fucking public transport. It's a powerful app. I'm not spoiling it, but you'll see it all. Feel like I saw some of the slides before. Dude, I pulled the presentation up on the iPad, and I showed my Marketing Money Prez a little bit of it during the podcast, and it was 210 slides, and I cut it down to like, I don't know, 40, and then I flipped through. But on the iPad, I have to delete each slide individually. So I was like, right before the podcast, going like, and they were like, okay, are you ready to go? Yeah. 210 slides. What is this, a theme park? It is funny. It was funny. Just don't I can't yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't I can't yourself. Do a little... Act like you've been there. Very nice, though. Very nice. Very good. I can't. I'm legit dying. You laugh at your own jokes? That's different. That's so different. I mean, I'm not going to explain the difference, but it's so different. You don't understand. You don't understand that there's like a different level. No, I'm sorry. If you're not going to engage in good faith, then I can't possibly, it's not, you understand? It's just a different. I'm just giggly. All right. I'm just a giggle. I'm a giggle saurus. Okay. And so when I do a little bit of giggling, it's not, Atrioc, can you rate Vegas hotels for us? The thing about Vegas is that if you play right, you're guaranteed to win. So you should never buy a hotel. That hotel money could have been used on the tables. Once you triple, quadruple, sextuple that up, they'll comp you a hotel to keep playing. Do you understand? So if you ever go to Vegas, don't plan ahead. Don't buy a hotel room. Just tell your friends that you'll win your way there. And then head to the tables. I actually did that at work. Kent, that's fucking insane. Why would you? Kent, that's deranged. That is a deranged thing to do, and you got incredibly lucky. That reminds me of a very, very good Hungrybox story. If you guys aren't Melee heads, Hungrybox is one of the greatest Melee players of all time. But he gets a little bit of shit from the community. Not usually the online Reddit community, but more like people that go in person. And this is Hungrybox right here. Why is this not high res? This is Hungrybox, if you don't know him. Anyway, he's very, very good at the game. He just won Genesis. I have great respect for his play. But a classic Hungrybox story is he flew to a tournament. Where did Scar live at the time? Pennsylvania. He flew to a tournament in Pennsylvania from Florida, and he got only a one-way ticket on the plane. And he said, the only way I can afford my return flight is if I get first place. Because again, melee tournaments only make like a few $100. You might get like $200, $300. So he bought a flight one way with the expectation that if he doesn't get first place, he can't. And then now you guys are saying Giga that's ball. My understanding is he got second place. Didn't quite have enough and had to like beg and borrow from people all around. And he ends up staying at Scar's place for free because he couldn't get a hotel either. So Scar's housing him. And Scar, or they order a pizza. Like Hungrybox orders the pizza, but they're all gonna split it 3 ways, or what? There's like 3 of them there. Scar, his friend, and then Hungrybox. They order a pizza and they split it. Okay, so the next day, Hungrybox is like, hey, Scar, can you give me a ride to the airport? It's kind of far away. Scar's a little bit pissed off. But what is he going to do? The guy's stuck there, so he has to do it. So, and again, HBox can't get an Uber. I don't even think Uber existed at the time, but you can't get a taxi, whatever. He needs to ride to the airport. So now Scar has housed him for free and is driving him to the airport for free. He gets to the airport. He's like, all right, get out. You know, thanks for whatever. Hungrybox gets out. He leans back in the window and he goes, hey, so I counted the slices on the pizza last night. And it's like, I didn't eat exactly a third. So do you think you give me cash for... So he had to... So, yeah, it's a Clancy-esque move. Anyway, obviously, look, when you're, like, truly hard-pressed for cash, you got to do some socially uncomfortable things sometimes. At the time I heard that story, I was like, fuck Hungrybox. But I've grown as a person, dude. I get why he's in a different situation. He doesn't do that now, and whatever. You know, it's like, I get it. But it's a funny story. Don't get me wrong. It's so Dan, it's so Clancy. Does he not have a day job? He actually is one of the few Melee players to have had a day job. He doesn't have it now. He's a pro player. I mean, he just won Genesis. He's a great player. I want to be clear that Hungrybox is an incredible player of Melee. But you know, over a long, long history of the game, somebody's going to get rubbed the wrong way. Does he beat your Sheik, though? Does Hungrybox beat my Sheik? You shouldn't have to ask that question. Because he doesn't, all right? He doesn't. That's some commie activity right there. You're saying that Hungrybox Debbie Edma is an active communist because he asked for pizza slices to get paid back. Is that that is your supposition? I just got an ad or ads back. Ads been back, dude. Ads have been back. It turns out, I think the situation was, this is my understanding, is that a Twitch staff member, not necessarily Dan Clancy, had put a political and sensitive content tag on my channel. And for probably good reason. It was probably when I streamed the fucking inauguration or something. You know? It was probably around that time. So it's not unreasonable. But now the tag is off and I am getting ads again. So how about that? So Clancy silenced you? Wink, wink. You know what I mean. Bro, didn't you say you wanted to be in the middle of Hassan and Asmongold? It's the world's most disgusting threesome. Why'd you phrase it like that? Why'd you phrase it like that, bro? No, I don't want to be. I don't know. I'm not trying to fucking grind between them. Have you looked at the Nine Souls at all? I've looked at it many times. It looks great. I don't know when I'll play it, but I'll play it. Probably the day before Silksong comes out. Did you hear about the Enron AI music? Hey, can someone ask me a question? Can someone riddle me this fucking question? The Enron meme coin. That was a real scam, right? That was a real coin that took real money. That's my understanding. But someone today said, no, it was a joke. And it's like, I don't know if it's ironic or not, but it was a real coin that launched and could buy and sell and pumped and dumped. It's a joke, but also was real. I mean, it can be a joke, but that doesn't excuse you for doing an actual rug pull. You know, I don't care what your intention was. You did a rug pull. But I'm just making sure that, like, if the whole thing was made up and they didn't actually launch a coin, then I would be like, okay, it's funny. The reason was I was talking with CoffeeZilla. I was talking with CoffeeZilla, and CoffeeZilla told me, I was like, bro, why are you still wearing the scam company's Enron merch? And he didn't say it was because it was a joke. He said it was because my hat doesn't fit his large head, which I know is a lie because I have the biggest fucking chunker head in the world and this hat fits good. There's no way. There's no way, dude. This hat fits snug as a bug and I have a fucking... But then I was talking to Nick from the yard and he told me everyone thinks it's a joke. No, I don't think it was a joke, bro. Wait, I'm sorry. I have to check. I have to know. 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Lakers down 20. Fucking sick. Fucking sick. Luka, 45 points. Luka, 45 points, they lose by 20. What the fuck is happening? That's why we need LeBron James. Braun's still out? Yeah, everyone's out. Everyone's fucking out. They should put Bronny in. Bronny would have fucked. Bronny and Luka, that's a dream team. Scald Glacier. When are we getting Lemonade Stand Lemonade? Just to be clear, in the lore of Lemonade Stand, the lemonade is piss. The tube goes straight from the bathroom through the back of the set into the lemonade stand thing. It's just even better. Gross. 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 Did we stutter? Gross. Okay? We're not going to amaranth it, dude. We're not selling bathwater. We're not selling... Okay. Let's write down the things. Does my whiteboard cam work? Does my whiteboard cam work? Does my whiteboard cam work? Let's write down the things we want to talk about. Oh, fucking Christ, dude. It's all falling apart. It's all falling apart. Okay. This goes back here. Okay, let's see. If this works, it'll be legendary. Whiteboard cam. Perfect. 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 Well placed. Perfect. Perfect. Whiteboard cam. Okay. Let's write down the things we want to talk about today. Now, number one is there was finally 2 good Reddit posts. 2 Reddit posts. I want to show them both. 2 good Reddit posts that I want to talk about. One of them's even like a serious one. Finally, I have to call attention to it because I thought it was good. Okay, what else? What else is worth talking about? Can we trash talk Dan Clancy for an hour? I didn't trash talk Dan Clancy. I want to be very clear that all I did was share some very true stories. I don't even know if they're true. Stories that I've heard. Stories that I've heard from a lot of different sources that I just wanted to make sure that got out there, okay? It's not trash talking to tell a fucking truth. Start at the top left. Okay, fucking Chairman Mao. Don't fucking tell me how to live my life. I'll start right here in the middle. Cardi dropping today. Dude, what is with the number of people coming in here asking me to talk about Cardi's new album? Is this Playboy Cardi's fucking marketing strategy to get a bunch of fucking AstroTurf chatters to come into Atrioc's chat while he's talking about business and marketing? It doesn't make any fucking sense. Dude, when have I ever mentioned being a fucking Playboy Cardi fan? Not once. Year of kindness? Does that include famous musical artists? I gotta be kind to everybody? I live about regular people. Okay, give me more topics, dude. Andor season 2. Andor season. I don't know if you noticed, but Adish is fucking pissed at me. Okay? Somehow I get in a situation where my own employees are pissed at me. Adish is mad at me because I ranted about Dan Clancy for an hour and he couldn't farm a clip from it. So we had to go give a fucking Trudeau one from back in the tank. An out-of-date Trudeau one. What, is that my fault? Figure it out, Adish. Or if Adish had some fucking stones, be brave, step up, and make the Dan Clancy 1 hour supercut clip. Make the Dan Clancy clip, Adish. We've been asking for it. We don't want to hear about Trudeau all the time. We want to hear about the real shit. That raw and real shit. Bigger A already did it. Dude, Adish is so funny. I don't know why I'm talking shit on Adish. I fucking love Adish. I can't wait for him to fucking move out here. But I should say, it's so funny how much Adish hates the other clip channels, but they're just doing what he did when he started out. like he talks about it like they're the fucking scum of the earth, dude. And it's like, I mean, I agree. They probably shouldn't be yoinking my shit, but like, isn't that what you did? That's how you got your job. That's what he's like, definitely a ladder fucking kick down. He's Leonidas at the edge of the pit, dude. Pah! Anyway, I respect it. All right, we got 2 fucking topics because you guys have been absolutely no help. Been fucking no help on topics. What do you want from us? All that we do is say glizzy. I wish it was that simple. Did you see my diligent work? There's a fake get to work on PS5. Yeah, thanks for reporting it. I guess they just steal games. There's a fake get to work on PS5. How do I... Oh my God, it literally is such a yoink. Wait, can you see this? It's such a yoink. Look at it. Rings of Fire. It's such a fucking yoink. Wait, so you paid for it? You bought it? Fuck you, dude. It's not out. It's not released. Oh, I see. That's just that's the primo. I see. Yeah, we'll submit a takedown. And by that, I mean, I'll submit a takedown. Where's my gun? Someone said Lakers are up. If you're lying, I'll ban you. You are getting banned. You got my fucking hopes up. You said Lakers are up, and I was like, there's no fucking way they had a 20-point comeback. You're actually banning you. You're not going to speak the rest of the stream. Where the fuck did you go? 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 I'm finding you. You will not escape me. You will not escape me, dude. I will find your fucking message. You got my hopes up, and that is a fucked up thing to do. Don't play with a man's hope. Is that all we got in this world is hope? There, I found you. Timed out. Didn't they already lose? Yeah, game's over. Down by fucking 20. Luka gets fucking 46 or whatever. How ridiculous. Now it's a 3-loss streak? What happened to this once great team? We were second in the West. Now we're 4th? Down there with the fucking Rockets? Yuck. Yuck. Dude, it's regular season. Every game counts to a player like me, I guess. And I said player, not fan. Because I really am, like, part of the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of on the team. Did you see that Trump told the NATO chief he's taking Canada? I did not see Trump tell the NATO chief he's taking Canada. That sounds insane, but I will try to figure out what you're talking about. Let's see. He had a meeting with Secretary General Mark Rutte and discussed Greenland and Canada. Can we watch this? YouTube. Trump, NATO, Canada. Okay, is this it?
Netherlands, I got to know him very well. We had a great relationship always. Mark Rutte, now he's Secretary General of Nato and doing a fantastic job. Everybody, every report I've gotten is what a great job he did, and I'm not at all surprised when I hear it. We had to support him, and we supported him as soon as I heard the name. But he was a fantastic prime minister, and he's doing a fantastic job. An even tougher job. Which is tougher, being the prime minister of Netherlands or?
This job is quite tough.
I would think.
Yeah. but Dutch politics is also brutal. So.
Yeah, but this is pretty tough. But you're doing good. We're going to be discussing a lot of things. Obviously, we'll be discussing what's happening with respect to Ukraine and Russia.
Okay.
At this moment, we have people talking in Russia. We have representatives over there, Steve Witkoff and others. and they're in very serious discussions. As you know, Ukraine
Okay.
has agreed, subject to this, what's happening today, to a complete ceasefire, and we hope Russia will do the same.
Okay.
Thousands of people are being killed, young people.
I did something about this. I saw that Putin tentatively seems to agree to the ceasefire, but the rules are so, it's like, it like bans Ukraine from ever getting more military training or weaponry, or they can't do anything to get stronger in any way, which, you know, it's like, well, that's their natural inclination after they've just been invaded. You know, it's,
mostly young people. We were just talking about it. Thousands of young people are being killed a week, and we want to see that stop. And they're not Americans, and they're not from the Netherlands for the most part. No. They're from Russia, and they're from Ukraine.
For the most part. Who from the Netherlands has died in the Russia-Ukraine war? Or you? So many of you are ghosts of Dutch soldiers. Wow, that's crazy. There's a shocking number of Dutch ghosts in here. I didn't know that was such a big portion of my audience, but you live and learn.
But they're people, and I think everybody feels the same way. We want it to stop. It's also a tremendous cost to the United States and to other countries. And it's something that would have never happened if I were president, and it makes me very angry to see that it did happen. But it happened, and we have to stop it.
He hasn't mentioned that one yet.
Mark has done some really good work over the last week. We've been working together, and he's done some really good work.
Great.
I'm very happy about that.
Okay.
We'll also be talking about trade.
NATO and
various
Trump are
other
like
things,
this.
And I think we'll have a very, very strong day. We're going to have lunch afterwards. That'll go, and then we'll see you all later. But Mark, would you like to say something?
Yeah, first of all, thank you so much, Mr. President, dear Donald, again for hosting me, and but also for taking time in Florida. A couple of weeks after you were re-elected.
That's right.
And of course our phone call a couple of weeks ago, and I must say,
You guys are besties.
Trump 45, you basically, you originated the fact that in Europe we are now spending, when you take it to aggregate, 700 billion more on defense than when you came in office in 2016, 2017. But that was Trump 45. But when you look at Trump 47,
It's going to be hard to tell.
what happened the last couple of weeks is really staggering. The Europeans committing to a package of 800 billion defense spending.
Yeah.
The Germans now, potentially up to $500 billion.
Yeah, by the way, you know, we talked about this in the stream. Maybe you heard it. Maybe you invested on it. Maybe you thought about it. But 6 hours ago, I mean, they openly said, the Rheinmetall German company said, hey, we're going to take over empty Volkswagen plants and use them to make tanks. I sort of said that like jokingly as an example of like Germany taking its deindustrialized car factories and transitioning to a weaponry. They're doing that literally. They're literally 100% going to buy all of these factories that are closing down and turn them into weapons factory. I mean, it's like it was 100% accurate.
Extra in defense spending, and then of course you had Keir Starmer here, the British Prime Minister, and others, all committing to much higher defense spending. We're not there, we need to do more, but I really want to work together with you in a run-up to the The Hague Summit to make sure that we will have a NATO which is really reinvigorated under your leadership, and we are getting there. We will also discuss defense production, because we need to produce more weaponry. We are not doing enough. And not in the US, not in Europe, and we are lacking behind when you compare to the Russians and the Chinese. And you have a huge defense industrial base. Europeans buying 4 times more here than...
I mean, okay. This is where I have a split mind. Where I can agree with this guy on the idea that, hey, you have to have an industrial base to make military. You can't be like importing shit from China if you're ever going to have a military conflict with China. But, you know, saying he's just so enthusiastic about the idea that every country's going to start spending a ton more money on war. That's like, historically, that's always a bad sign. Like, if every country starts beefing up the amount of weapons they make and we're in an arms race with Russia and China, it's like not, you know, this is like a, maybe it's a needed thing to do. I'm not going to discount that, but certainly not an exciting thing. It's like, it would be great if we had demilitarization of Russia and China and demilitarization here, and we all spent less money. I mean, every dollar you're spending on fucking tanks, bombs, guns, and missiles. There's a great quote about this. I'm trying to paraphrase it poorly. But, you know, it's like directly taking food out of the mouth of a child. it's like that. There's, you know, that money could go to other causes. It's like, it's pretty wasted spending.
The other way around, which is good because you have a strong defense industry, but we need to do more there to make sure that we ramp up the production and kill the red tape. So I would love to work with you on that. And finally, Ukraine, you broke the deadlock. As you said, all the killing, the young people dying, cities getting destroyed. The fact that you did that you started the dialogue with the Russians, and the successful talks in Saudi Arabia now with the Ukrainians. I really want to commend you for this. So, The Hague is my
Nobel Peace Prize?
I hope to host you there in the summer and work together to make sure that will be a splash, a real success, projecting American power on the world stage.
What Mark is saying is when I first went to NATO, my first meeting, I noticed that very few people were paying. And if they were, they weren't.
It's just... when you have the Secretary General of NATO, who's a Dutch guy, glazing how much you're projecting American power, it feels like he's patronizing you. You know what I'm saying? It feels like he's just saying, you know, he's like saying whatever it is to keep you on board. It feels like, you know, it's so, you're so strong, you're so big, America's so cool and great. And it, rather than just speaking from his own POV and interests, that rubs me the wrong way.
Paying their fair share. There were only 7 countries that were paying what they were supposed to be paying, which was, yeah,
it's even worse.
Could be even worse. But there were just very few countries that were paying, and even the paying, it was at 2%, which is too low. It should be higher. It should be quite a bit higher. But you had Poland, and I remember Poland was actually paying a little bit more than they were supposed to, which I was very impressed with. They've been actually terrific, and some of the others. But most of them weren't paying, or they were paying very little. And I didn't think it was appropriate to bring it up there, but I said it's going to be brought up at my next meeting. And my next meeting, you know, the first meeting you want to give them a little break. The second meeting, it began, and I was able to raise hundreds of billions of dollars. I just said, we're not going to be involved with you if you're not going to pay.
True,
and, the
Donnie.
money started pouring in, and NATO became much stronger because of my actions and working along with a lot of people, including Mark. But they would not pay for other presidents, and I don't think other presidents even knew that they weren't paid. I asked, first question, has everybody paid up? And literally, I mean, they told me 7. You could be right, it could be 3, but that makes it even worse. But they just weren't paying. And I said, no, I won't protect if you're not paying. If you're delinquent or if the money isn't paid, why would we do that?
I wonder if there's a highlight to this, just because it's kind of long. I want to watch the Canada part. I wonder if there's timestamps.
And as soon as I said that, you got a little hit from the press because they said, oh, gee, that's not very nice. But if you said the other, nobody would have paid.
We need a librarian. Trump needs a librarian.
And the money started coming in by the billions. And, you know, hundreds of billions of dollars flowed into NATO, and NATO became strong.
Yeah.
And you remember that. Your predecessor, who I thought was a very good man.
Absolutely,
actually.
yeah, Stoltenberg. He sends his best greetings.
He was terrific. Stoltenberg, Secretary General. And he made the statement that when Trump came in, the money started coming in like we never saw before. Hundreds of, actually probably close to $600 billion came in.
How about that?
And NATO became strong from that standpoint. And now we have to use it wisely, and we have to get this war over with, and you'll be back to a normal, much more normal life. And maybe we're close. We're getting words that things are going okay in Russia, and it doesn't mean anything until we hear what the final outcome is. But they have very serious discussions going on right now with President Putin and others, and hopefully they all want to end this nightmare. It's a nightmare. It's a horrible thing when you look. I get pictures every week. They give me the pictures of the battlefield, which I almost don't want to see. It's so horrible to see young people laying arms and legs and heads laying all over the field. It's the most terrible thing that you'll ever see.
Okay.
And it's got to stop. These are young people with mothers and fathers and sisters
True.
and brothers and friends. And it's got to stop. So we hopefully are going to be in a good position sometime today to have a good idea. We'll have, we know where we are with Ukraine, and we are getting good signals outside of Russia as to where we are with Russia.
Okay.
And hopefully they'll do the right thing.
What about
It's
Canada?
really humanity. We're talking about humanity. We're not talking about the money. But then you add the money to it, and hundreds of billions of dollars is being spent and really wasted so unnecessarily. It should have never happened. So it's an honor to have you here. They picked a great gentleman. I'll tell you, I was so happy to hear, because you had somebody, Stoltenberg was really good, and you have somebody that's going to do an incredible job. And I was so much in favor of you. You have no idea. They had another person that I did not like. I was not happy. And I think I kept him from, you know what I'm talking about. I said, this is the right man to do it. And he really did. He was a great prime minister of the Netherlands. He did a great job. And that's what he's doing right now. So thank you, everybody, for being here. And it's a very great honor to have you. And we even have some of our great energy people here today, right? We have the governor, and we have Chris, Chris, right? He's supposed to be the most talented man in the world of energy, according to the governor. So I don't know if he's right. And we have General, you've been fantastic. Thank you very much. And we have a lot of good people that won't be so much involved with this, but they wanted to see what was happening. It's become a little bit of a show, but they wanted to see what was happening, and I think a lot of good things are happening. So with that, if anybody would have a question.
Okay, questions.
On Russia.
Here we go.
Sorry. Steve Witkoff's trip to Moscow, you spoke about it. What sort of agreement do you hope he comes away from there with?
Well, we'd like to see a ceasefire from Russia, and we have, not been working in the dark. We've been discussing with Ukraine land and pieces of land that would be kept and lost, and all of the other elements of a final agreement. There's a power plant involved, a very big power plant involved. Who's going to get the power plant, and who's going to get this and that? And so, it's not an easy process.
I hope Ukraine gets
Phase 1
it.
is the ceasefire. A lot of the individual subjects have been discussed, though. We've been discussing concepts of land, because you don't want to waste time with a ceasefire if it's not going to mean anything. So we're saying, look, this is what you can get, this is what you can't get. They discussed NATO and being in NATO, and everybody knows what the answer to that is. They've known that answer for 40 years, in all fairness. So a lot of the details of a final agreement have actually been discussed. Now we're going to see whether or not Russia's there, and if they're not, it'll be a very disappointing moment for the world. Yeah.
Vladimir Putin just said he is open to a ceasefire, but he does still have some concerns. He suggested that you two should speak directly. Do you have plans to speak to him soon? If so, when? Are you confident you can get this across the finish?
Sure. He did say that today. It was a very promising statement, because other people are saying different things, and you don't know if they have anything to really, if they have any meaning, or I don't know. I think some of them were making statements. I don't think they have anything to do with it. No, he put out a very promising statement, but it wasn't complete.
Yeah, I saw that statement.
I'd love to meet with him or talk to him. But we have to get it over with fast. Every day people are being killed. It's not like, as we sit here, 2 people will be killed. Think of it. 2 people are going to be killed during this little period of time. Thousands of people a week are dying. So we really don't have very much time. We have to make this fast. It shouldn't be very complicated.
Mr. President, a representative of Canada, the finance minister are in town and will meet members of your administration during the day. Any chances that you will ban
Canada.
on the tariffs on aluminum and
Canada.
and the ones that are planned for April 2nd?
No.
You are not going to change your
No,
mind?
not. Look, we've been ripped off for years, and we're not going to be ripped off anymore. No, I'm not going to bend at all. Aluminum or steel or cars, we're not going to bend. We've been ripped off as a country for many, many years. We've been subjected to costs that we shouldn't be subjected to. In the case of Canada, we're spending $200 billion a year to subsidize Canada. I love Canada. I love the people of Canada. I have many friends in Canada.
Oh, well, there you go.
The great one, Wayne Gretzky, the great. Hey, how good is Wayne Gretzky?
That's right. He's friends with the great one, dude.
He's the great one. But we have, I know many people from.
Yo, I heard from my barber, of all people. What barber? You don't have hair. I'm choking on my laughter. Pause for you guys to do that. I heard from my barber. That Ovechkin is about to pass Gretzky as the all-time scorer in hockey. Nine goals away. How crazy is that? When I was young, which is not that long ago because I'm young right now, people told me that Gretzky's record would never get broken, that it was impossible. Points record different than goals? God damn you, hockey. Gretzky point record. He has 894 career goal. Oh, they give him assist points. You get points for assists? Kind of whack. Like, what if I throw the ball to LeBron and then he dunks it? I get a point. I've scored a point in the NBA. I don't think so. I have an assist, but it's not a point. Not scoreboard stats, just scouting stats. No, I understand that it's not scoreboard stats. I just don't know if it's not scoreboard. It's just weird to count it, right? It just feels weird. What I can understand, like, if you said Gretzky's the all-time assist leader, that's fucking awesome, great. But why is he the all-time points leader when it doesn't. He's both. I understand that he's both. I'm saying, why would points, it just points including assists feels weird. It feels weird. It's not a point. You pass the puck to somebody, they made the goal. Hockey fans will crucify me for it, but it just feels weird. Anyway, Ovechkin is 886 goals. So he is 8 goals away from the all-time goals record. How often? Wait, Ovechkin goals per game. He averages a little less than a goal per game. So basically over, let's say, the next 10 to 15 games, he'll likely get it. Not if I can help it. Ovechkin is the empty net king, but I don't care. He's talented. I'm not a hockey guy. But if I was Ovechkin, I would be pretty annoyed at your fucking comments. Just some dude on fucking Twitch chat being like, "Ugh, I don't care. I guess I'll give it to him that he's talented. Like, this guy's probably one of the greatest players in history, an extremely elite athlete. And you're like, yeah, he's an empty net merchant, but I'll give it to him. It's like, you don't, whether you give it or not, he took it. I don't like the idea that you feel like you have the authority to give it. He's like the inverse Anthony Davis in that he's never injured. Damn, that's a fucking beast thing to be. I just wanted to say he's good. All right. Well, that's fine. Anyway, I don't know much about him. I don't know much about hockey. I just know that Ovechkin is on pace to beat a record that I thought was unbeatable. Which is kind of impressive. Kind of wild. And I don't think there's really a good, clear number 3. So, all right.
From Canada that are good friends of mine. But, you know, the United States can't subsidize a country for $200 billion a year. We don't need their cars. We don't need their energy. We don't need their lumber. We don't need anything that they give. We do it because we want to be helpful, but it comes a point when you just can't do that. You have
That's not the case. And subsidize is a really incorrect word, right? It's like we have a 200. I think they export $200 billion more than they import. It's just trade. It's not. We're getting something. We're giving money and getting something back. It's not like we're just giving them $200 billion. Yeah, it's like I'm subsidizing McDonald's when I go there and buy a Big Mac. It's like, I'm not subsidizing them. Bro, it's just trade. It's not generosity. It's not because I'm a nice guy. It's because I traded something for something I wanted. And my understanding is that, you know, whether it is lumber or whether it's labor at a car factory or whether it's aluminum, it's cheaper for us, American companies, to buy it from there than have a value add, than sell a higher value product than it is to try to have the entire supply chain inside American borders when Canada's right there on our north. So I don't think this is the right way to look at it.
run your own country. And to be honest with you, Canada only works as a state. It doesn't. We don't need anything they have. As a state, it would be one of the great states anyway. This would be the most incredible country visually. If you look at a map, they drew an artificial line right through it between Canada and the U.S. Just a straight.
Damn, it would be a banger country visually. Damn, wait a minute. Let's this is an argument by the president, all right? Show some fucking respect. Okay? North America map. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this. Now think about what a country that would be visually. Dude, it is kind of fucked up, Canada, that like you're in between us and Alaska. Right? That is kind of like, it does visually mess up the map. Okay, what if, let me propose a trade here. What if we get British Columbia? We get British Columbia so that it connects, and Canada, you get Ohio. You get Ohio. Okay? Handshakes right now. BC for Ohio. Take it or leave it. Deal. Art of the deal, baby. I wanted to get rid of Ohio. I would have given you Ohio for free. And we get Luka Doncic. Somehow. He's not Canadian, but we get him somehow. Give Alaska to Canada. Yeah, that'll be. So I think that Trump is looking at this map and saying that, wow, wouldn't this country be so visually impressive if we had Canada and Greenland as well? That seems to be the crux of the argument. It's like, okay, but do you understand that if like Vladimir Putin said, wow, wouldn't Russia look so impressive if we also had Ukraine and the Balkans and Eastern Europe? It's like, sure, but that's not a reason to invade a country. That's not, you know, people have national sovereignty in different cultures and a government, and they've chosen elected leaders. And you can't just say that the map would look cooler if we owned you. Is my understanding, but maybe I'm dead wrong. The president's saying this.
Artificial line. Somebody did it a long time ago, many, many decades ago, and makes no sense. It's so perfect as a great and cherished state. Keeping "O Canada," the national anthem. I love it. I think it's great. Keep it. But it'll be...
Okay, think about that, Canada. Here's what he's offering. Canada, 51st state, but the national anthem is "O Canada." Wait. I mean, technically, he could get what he wants and have it all be one country if he gave America to Canada. Do you know what I'm saying? What if it all was Canada? How is it a national anthem if Canada's a state? It's a great question. I think he's proposing getting rid of our national anthem and making it "O Canada."
For the state, one of our greatest states, maybe our greatest state, but why should we subsidize another country?
Hey, don't. Hey, you're still president of America. Don't neg all our great states by saying we'd be worse than Canada if it was a state. Don't. Hey now. You haven't even got the deal passed. All right. Don't knock the states on your team down. Canada would be our greatest state. Well, yeah, if they put it in as one fucking state. If they take a country that big and it's one state, yeah, that'd be fucking wild. It wouldn't make any goddamn sense, dude. They get 2 senators. Did you just take my joke from the podcast and say it back to me in my own chat? Did you just take my exact joke and then tell it back to me?
For $200 billion. It costs us $200 billion a year. And again, we don't need their lumber. We don't need their energy. We have more than they do. We don't need anything. We don't need their cars. I'd much rather make the cars here.
Dude, what's so annoying about this whole dialogue, more than anything, well, no, I mean, obviously there's more to it, but what's so annoying is that he seems to think this speech will convince Canada. It's like, bro, there is zero fucking shot they're just going to wake up and do it. If you are, this would be a horrendous thing to do. It would be, fucking dictatorial. But if he was like, listen, we're going to conquer Canada or whatever, then at least I could understand his thought process. He's like, I want a bigger country. We're going to conquer Canada. They don't have nuclear weapons. It's an insane thing to do. It's horrendous to your allies. I don't support it anyway. But like, I could see it. But the way he keeps going about it is like, he's like sales pitching it and nobody's buying. It's like, why does he keep trying to like be like, man, it would be so awesome. We don't need your lumber and you'd be such a cool state, be the most beautiful state. Like it's not work. Nobody in Canada's like, wow, I'm really coming around. It just is not, it's such an insane sales pitch.
And there's not a thing that we need. Now, there'll be a little disruption, but it won't be very long. But they need us. We really don't need them. And we have to do this. I'm sorry. We have to do this. Yes.
Mr. President,
Yeah.
you have made
Dude,
it
when you
very
say we
clear
have to do this, what is that?
NATO needs to step up. Although great progress has been made in your first mandate, how do you envision this new transatlantic?
Are you talking about NATO stepping up? Well, NATO is stepping up through this man. This man is a man that only knows how to step up. And
Yeah,
we
they're
have
glazing
the
each
same
other.
goal in mind. We want the war ended. And he's doing his job. He only knows how to do a good job. That's one thing. That's why I fought for him to get that job. Because they had some other candidates that I'll tell you would not have done a very good job.
I need this part of the movie for my family.
We'll get you a clip. We're gonna get him a clip of that little essay.
Dude, what is this glaze fest? What is this sucking fuck, dude? What are we talking about? Why is the fucking Secretary General of NATO being like, give me the clip so I can show it to my family?
The rest of the statements he doesn't care.
Sir, how does this new transatlantic cooperation, how do you envision it?
Well, that's one thing. I mean, we're on the other side of the ocean. And they're right there. And yet we're in for $350 billion because of Biden. And they're in for $100 billion. So it's a big difference. And it's unfair. And I said, you have to equalize. They should equalize. They should have. It should have never happened where Biden just gave this money away. Now,
one thing Trump's never clear on is whether he thinks the war would have happened if he had been there or not. He just never brings up his thoughts on this. I wish once or twice he would tell me whether he thought the Ukraine war would have happened if he had won in 2020. But I just feel like he plays it really close to the chest on that one. Someone go write the fucking Reddit thread. I don't understand Atrioc sarcasm. I don't understand. He doesn't make it clear. It's so fucking ambiguous whether he's being sarcastic. It's fucking, how are we supposed to know? How are you supposed to know?
we have an agreement with Ukraine on the rare earths and other things, and
that's my real
that'll
voice.
get us-
Is that how we sound? No, it's just my normal voice. This voice I'm doing right now is fake. How are we supposed to know? That's my real voice. I hide it from the stream. How do we? I'm doing more of a Toad now. How do we? Homie! I'm doing Marge.
Something back, a lot back. You get us our money back. We're not doing it for that, though. I'm just doing this to get the war stopped. I'm doing it really to save lives, but at the same time, we were treated.
Bro wants that Nobel, and I want it for him. Trump, win the Nobel Prize. It would be the fucking prediction of the century, dude. What a fucking coup. I hope you clutch it, but I want to give the counter argument that I think everybody wants to save lives. Everybody wants the fucking war. Not everybody. There are some insane warmongers out there who wants the war to stop, but people want the war to stop with some sort of guarantee that the war won't start again. He won't die later. People are literally fighting and dying now to protect sovereignty so they don't die later. So it's like, it's almost their struggle and deaths are in vain if you give all concessions for a temporary ceasefire. That's the whole point, is you're making their deaths purposeless. Would be the counter argument. That's why it's disingenuous to frame it as like we have to end it to save lives. And anyone doesn't want to do that. Hates saving lives. It's like, I think most people want the fucking war to end and lives to be saved. But the reason they died to begin with is to protect their fucking borders, their nation, their sovereignty that was invaded against all international law. And, to protect it from being just conquered later.
Very unfairly, as we always are by every country. And we're in for very substantially more than the European nations are in for. And that shouldn't be, they're much more affected by it than we are, because we do have an ocean in between. But I don't know. I think good things are going to happen. I really
Great.
do. I think good things are going to happen. I do say, we were talking before, and Mark was very nice. He said, if you would get involved, there would be nothing. You'd just be going on. This thing would have gone on for a long
Breaking a
time.
deadlock. It was crucial.
Yeah, we broke a deadlock. We did break a deadlock. I hope it's meaningful. Yes, did you have one? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. President. Amanda Head with Just the News. On the southern border, you've got DHS and ICE who are reporting that there was a little bit of fudging of numbers during the Biden administration on both the catch and the release side with respect to reporting the number
Sleepy
of illegals
Joe
coming into the
caught in the
country.
cookie jar.
The numbers were. I love that question. Who are you with?
Just the News, Amanda Head.
Very nice. That's good. That's
Do you
good.
know how many of those are criminal illegal aliens? And
Many of them.
Biden's out of office, Alejandro Mayorkas, who gets
No,
held
Biden
accountable?
fudged the numbers. The numbers were totally fake. And he gave fake numbers. I knew they were fake. Everybody knew they were fake, but now it came out. And terrible what they did. That administration was
Terrible.
a horror show for this country.
Can you hold anyone accountable?
Well, I don't know. They gave phony numbers. And phony numbers are a very bad thing to give, but I'm not sure about that. I don't know how it would play.
That's a quite a mistake. The numbers were not phony on purpose. It's that someone told them to Joe Biden, and then he relayed it over the phone, but his voice is so sleepy. They wrote down the wrong thing. You know? He was like, it's and then they didn't know what the number was, and they were too afraid to ask, so they wrote it down. So it's not like, it's tough to say that it was intentional when it's just
We want to get it straightened out. We're after many, many bad people that were let into our country. And Chris.
Mr. President, chatter here from Atrioc News. They're saying you're the most popular and best streamer. Great question. Where are you from? Atrioc News, you said? Great question. Thank you. So that powerful question. Powerful question. Wow. Really, really good stuff.
Nome and my friend Homan. How good is Tom Homan doing, right? And they're after him, and I mean, you see they're taking him out in record numbers. Gang members, gang leaders, drug dealers. There's a problem the Netherlands does not have. The Netherlands never had this problem. If you'd like to take
Yeah,
it
a
for
few
a
drug dealers.
I could deliver some people. I could
And they have
deliver
drug
some
dealers in the
people
Netherlands?
to the Netherlands if you'd like.
I'm not sure.
No, what he did to this country, letting 21 million people flow through an open border, many of those people were hard criminals from
Asylums.
prisons and jails, from mental institutions, and I always say insane asylums because they were seriously deranged, and they're here from not South
No, it's the same. It's the same. It's the same. I've heard this like 700,000 times now.
America, from all over the world, from South America, but from all over the world. And it's so sad. You'd say, why would anybody do this? Why? Yeah, go ahead.
And one more, there's some new internal Democrat polling that doesn't look great for Democrats, but it also has 54% unfavorability for Republicans in swing states and battlegrounds for the midterms. Do you consider those voters capturable for Republicans?
Yeah, well, we did. You know, I won every swing state, as you know, by a lot. And I won the popular vote by a lot. And we won the counties. If you look at the counties and district plan, we had 2,725, and they had 501. That's why the map is all red. So we had a great thing. Yeah, I think winning from the Democrats, if you look the other night, I made a speech, and I introduced two young ladies who were killed, viciously, violently killed, young, unbelievable, both outstanding people. They were killed by illegal aliens. And the Democrats wouldn't get up and applaud. The mothers were, inconsolable. They were crying.
Is this the speech we watched?
Everybody was crying. The Democrats sat there with stone faces. They didn't clap. They didn't stand. They didn't do anything.
I will say this. Man, I just fucking wish I could Homer Simpson whoever's doing fucking marketing or strategy at the DNC. It's like, whoever's idea it was to do the coordinated pink outfits at the fucking, how, in what world is that a fucking good messaging strategy? What? It's fucking insane. I think they're going to have a great midterm no matter what, because, I mean, I saw that Nate Silver had a new thing today. Looking at polling. Dude, most people made this bargain. They said, I'm voting Trump because I think there'll be a great economy. And then he's going to do some stuff related to the woke. And basically, most people were like, I don't give a shit about the culture stuff. It'll make some fucking left-wingers mad. Fine, great. You're going to make the economy great. Great. That was the bargain that was made. They will not care about that stuff as long as, but it's not working out that way, bro. It's like the fucking economy's not doing good at all. So the approval rating's falling pretty steady clip. I think by the midterms, it'll be like an easy tap in, assuming they can get even 1 ounce of coherent messaging. But maybe that's asking too much. How do the midterms work? It's in 2 years, roughly 2 years from now. And it's for House and Senate. 2026, yeah.
We had a young man.
Wait, it's 26? Wait, really? I thought it was midterms 2026. Yeah, it is. It's 2 years from the 24. You're right. Yeah. But this is true. I mean, this is a political article. They have a brand problem. The Democrats have a fucking brand problem. This should be so easy to run against, dude. Stock market's down $5 trillion in like 2 months. It's not like tariffs are fucking driving up prices. Small business uncertainties at all-time highs. CEO confidence to reinvest in America is plummeting. It was like high at the election, but it's plummeting dramatically. It's like all these things are real easy to run against if you can get. The only one that seems good at talking about it is Bernie, and Bernie's fucking old. So, we'll see. We'll see. Let's see your stock competition. Oh, speaking of the stock market, wait, let's just jump in real quick. Sorry. Speaking of the stock market, I'm possibly 1 day away. Tomorrow, I could be negative. I am possibly 1 day away from being negative. And then we'll officially have all 5 content creators robbing charity. Do you know the rules of this competition are that we invest the profits? That was the idea. And it's because, obviously not everybody here can just dump 10K to charity. And so the rules are we invest the collective profits. If there's no profits, I'm just gonna give the rest, but that's we're gonna have to invoice a charity. We're gonna have to invoice Doctors Without Borders for a bill, dude. I'm sure they're good for it. Anyway, this is my last gasp. I went from 5% to 2 today. So basically a 3% drop. I could easily drop 3% tomorrow. Tempest AI will not stay held up. This was all about the Nancy Pelosi pump aura. This is my best investment, which I also hold in real life. Thank fucking God. Holding up my actual portfolio. That in China, which has turned around majorly. And gold. Thank God for gold, dude. Thank God for beautiful. I want to say like Trump. When it comes to gold, I think like Trump. Gold. Beautiful gold. We love our gold, though, we folks. Shiny. Gold, gold, gold. God, we love our gold. It's the best metal. They're saying maybe ever. Some people like silver. I don't. Some people say silver. Some people say bronze. I say gold. We love gold, don't we, folks? Doesn't tarnish, doesn't rust. Many people are saying it's gold. Anyway, back to this video. I didn't want to see what's the worst outside. I mean, Doug is now in 5th behind Ludwig. And Ludwig lost 71% on Trump coin. Actually, if Ludwig didn't lose on Trump coin, he'd be down 300, roughly, which would probably put him in 2nd place. That's crazy. Ludwig would be 2nd place if it wasn't for Trump coin? Damn, that shit's wild. Mostly because, though, he fucking stole Kroger from me. I don't know if you guys actually watched the draft, but I was like, I think I'm going to take Kroger and Albertsons. And then I said the first one, and he fucking yoinked the other one. Because I was anticipating a merger. He fucking yoinked Kroger. Son of a bitch. All right, back to this.
And with
It kind of bugs me he put money into Trump coin even as a joke. I actually think it was based. I think Ludwig doing that has done more marketing to regular people of what a pump and dump Trump coin is than like anything I could say. I think being able to regularly show people that money has been lost by regular people is awesome. Because then you're like, oh, this fucking sucked. Like a lot of people aren't influencers who are just doing it for a meme. They put real money into it because they believed in Trump or Trump coin, and they lost 70%. They lost cash. I think it's good. I think it's good that he did that. I told him so while I was laughing at him for doing it because it was a dumb investment. Do you think Biden is sitting so smug right now? Not really, bro. I'm not. Listen, I'm very critical of Trump with how he's been behaving as president. I'm very critical of it, but I have no Biden pumper. I have a lot of criticisms of Biden too. I just think, at least he had some stability.
very serious cancer, wanted to, his dream is to be with the police department someday, and he was introduced. They didn't even clap.
Yeah, that's
I mean, they were disgusting, frankly. They were disgusting. There's something.
It is funny, though, seeing people on, like, Wall Street bets or whatever. They're like, they're like, please come back, Sleepy Joe. Like, please, Sleepy Joe. Or they're like, I will, like, I'll dye my hair blue, or it's all the Wall Street bets. I will do whatever. I'll fucking put my pronouns in bio. I'll do whatever. Just please bring my fucking 401k back. Did Wall Street Bets turn funny? Honestly, I don't know. I think Wall Street Bets Elite is the one that's better or funnier. Or maybe it's the shit one. I don't actually know. I never click into the subreddit. I only see it on my front page when I'm looking at finance stuff separately because it auto pulls it in. Reddit, by the way, has some insane cookies now or something. Because I'm getting recommended subreddits for things I'm talking about. Like, I was talking about a show or something. And then I get that show subreddit on my fucking homepage. It's like I've never I don't think it's mic'd up. I think it's like I don't know. It's like pulling from wherever else I look. R Glizzy? No, I'm not an R Glizzy. So that's not real 2 months ago. I'm not saying that Reddit is monitoring my microphone. What I'm saying is that I didn't know that Reddit subreddits were recommended based on like a fucking algorithm that tracks you outside of the website.
nothing wrong with them. They're deranged. They're deranged, like Jack Smith. They're deranged people. And I never saw anything like it. I'm standing up and I introduce the mother and the parents of these two young girls that were just recently essentially killed, violently killed. And the Democrats are like this. It's so sad. And I saw it this morning where one of them is pretty well known, one is arguing.
You could argue that it's also sad to pull up a recently deceased person of a family member or a family member of a recently deceased person and use them as a political prop in the middle of a speech and then use that to insult your political opponents. You could say that's also possibly, not that I fucking love the Democrat strategy of sitting in that room with fucking color coordinated outfits and little fucking signs. That was kind of fucking stupid, but you could argue this is also fucking stupid.
Fighting like crazy over men being able to play in women's sports. I said, yeah, I thought that was tried. I thought that was about a 95%, I think it's a 95% issue. But in a way, I want them to keep doing it because I don't think they can win a race.
Atrioc both sidesing. I'm not fucking both sidesing. Okay, what I'm doing is I have very strong opinions on what I think is right, and I don't like if somebody, again, who shares my opinions is fucking incompetent. Because it only hurts my opinions. Do you understand? Do you fucking understand? I feel like that's been my theme for fucking 6 months. Okay? It's not like it's like, how do you put this? It's just, you can't, I don't like giving people a fucking pass because this guy's worse or whatever. I don't like it. I'm over it, dude. I'm overdoing that.
And I tell the Republicans, I said, don't bring that subject up because there's no election right now. But about a week before the election, bring it up because you can't lose. And
Atrioc, what if the Dems color coordinated better and all wore Supreme? That's would have been based. If fucking Chuck Schumer walked in, decked out head to toe with that shit on, Supreme head to toe, Gucci slides, fucking a diamond grill in his teeth, okay? And they all wore that shit, then it would have sent the message to America that, like, if you want to have that shit on, but they didn't do that. They had, like, fucking different groups of color coordinated. Some wore matching pink, some wore matching black. And they had signs. And it was just like, it was just tacky. Which, again, it's a small thing to bring up because they don't have any fucking power. So it's not my biggest issue. I have like maybe one clip about it, but it's worth mentioning because it's annoying. They should do a flash mob. Dude, it reminds me of one of the all-time great Onion articles. This one is one of my favorite all-time Onion articles. DNC aiming to reconnect with working class Americans with brand new Hamilton-inspired Lena Dunham web series. This is one of my favorite Onion articles of all time. It's just like a fucking perfect encapsulation of the inability to just speak like a regular fucking person, even though, yeah, I don't know. I've said this before. Yeah, I've said this before because I mean it. Right? It's fucking. With a new 10-part hip-hop musical set in rural Wisconsin featuring a down-on-her-luck manufacturing worker played by Lena Dunham. I think it's so fucking funny. She's down there looking, you're laughing? I guess it's my fault. It's my fault. Hey, Shark, what's your go-to MTG commander? I don't really play commander, unfortunately. But what I like to do is, like, I'll sit down at a table to play commander, and I'll be like, hey, guys, just for fun, right? I'm kind of new. And then I'll pull out a $60,000 commander deck with the most broken cards and commander of all time. And I'll just fucking crush the table silently. I'll barely talk, make no engagement, no table talk. Just... That's sort of like a fun thing that I'll do. And then at the end, I'll be like, good game. Good game. And then I'll leave. Sounds like more of a Clancy thing. I learned it from Clancy.
And everything's transgender this, transgender that. You know, they have bad politics.
How do we get here?
In a way, I want them to keep doing it because I don't think they can win a race. I mean, and I tell the Republicans, I said, don't bring that subject up because there's no election right now. But about a week before the election, bring it up because you can't lose. And everything's transgender this, transgender that.
Wait, is he saying?
It's pretty well known. One is arguing, fighting like crazy over men being able to play in women's sports. I said, yeah, I thought that was tried. I thought that was about a 95%. I think it's a 95% issue. But in a way, I want them to keep doing it because I don't think they can win a race. I mean, and I tell the Republicans, I said, don't bring that subject up because there's no election right now. But about a week before the election, bring it up because...
That's so funny. He's so open about it. Just fucking... just fucking wait to do the real high... highly... What do you like? Controversial social issues? The kind of like highly divisive? And do it right before the election.
You can't lose. And everything's transgender this, transgender that. You know, they have bad politics, but one thing, they stick together. You know, I wish, and the Republicans stick together mostly, but we have a couple that are grandstanders. You know, you always have grandstanders in life. But the Democrats, they have grandstanders, but when it comes to a vote, they do stick together, right?
Sir.
It seems like they'll stick together on the shutdown. Will that hurt Democrats going into midterms?
Well, if they do a shutdown, and ultimately that might lead to very, very high taxes, because we're talking about a shutdown, we're talking about getting to work immediately on the greatest tax bill ever passed. That was the one we did. It was a renewal, and it's an addition to it. And we're going to cut people's...
Why don't you point out that the reason the message got deleted? The reason the Democrats suck is because they're all corrupt and brought by big money. The only reason someone like Bernie or even you can actually call both sides is because they're not corrupt. Literally paid to have terrible messaging. If you think that big corporate interests paid the Democrats to wear matching pink, you're fucking delusional. It's like, no, they didn't, dude. It's just, it would be a nicer explanation. You're being too generous. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not, it's just bad messaging. It's just bad marketing. It's not, money is in politics in all sides of this fucking conflict, all right? Money in politics is the rot at the heart of America, for sure. For sure. The ability for corporations to write their own legislation that governs them is the problem, 100%. But the idea that the DNC is designed by a Machiavellian group to do badly in elections is, I think, untrue. I think it's wishful thinking, honestly. I think they're just bad at it. They're just not good at it. They just they have an insular view on what will work. They just have fairy tale economics policies, bro. That is a bold thing to say. When the side currently in power is trying to force tariffs down mid, bro. The fucking tariffs fairy tale is like pretty fucking stupid too. I'm not gonna say there's not some I mean, fucking, MMT is something I'll blow my shit off smooth if I have to talk about more time. But what I'm not seeing is concrete, realistic economic policies anywhere. Realistic long-term thinking in economics is not, it's not in the political sphere at all in America. Has Doug told you about the Plugcast episode idea yet? No, he hasn't. He hasn't. Big A, you still doing an MMT presentation? We might do it on Lemonade Stand. It might be me and Aiden, because he read the book, the Kelton book. We might do it on Lemonade Stand, so keep that in mind. I think it'd be more fun if I did it with other people and we could talk and have debates. I'm thinking of doing a nuclear energy one, but we're all pro, so I need to find someone willing to do the research and try to steel man the opposing. For maybe we'll get a guest or something. Maybe Dan Clancy. Any German college student? Dude, okay. Can I say something? I'm not trying to kick up a fucking hornet's nest again, but I'm reading this book. It's called the book. It's called The Power of Nuclear by Marco Vischer. It just came out, like literally just came out. It's published by Bloomsbury Sigma. Holy fuck. It's literally the most Sigma book. Hey, Bald Raid from Doug. Why is it called fucking Butt Plug Raid? Doug, why is it called the Butt Plug Raid? Why? I'll take Trump off the screen. Can I ask Doug Chatters this? Why is Doug's content 90% about butt plugs? Can someone explain this? When did he make that pivot? When did it become 90% butt plug related content? It's a good question, right? I just don't know. Because here, let me give you guys a real true story. Me, him, and Aiden were meeting for our new podcast, Lemonade Stand. And he's like, what if we called it the Butt Plug Stand? What if we made it all butt plug related stuff? And we're like, we had to outvote him 2-1. But if he was really he was so vociferous. He was pushing so hard for this. And you guys believe that, right? I mean, it sounds like him. Anyway, I don't know. I don't understand why he does this, but what are you going to do? That's my Doug. Anyway, thanks for the raid. Appreciate it. We're covering. Donald Trump just had a speech with the Secretary General of the UN. Of NATO, and is talking about how he really thinks it would be fucking awesome if Canada was part of the United States, because then the map would look good. And I'm not actually kidding. We just watched him say that. So he said that this map would look fucking awesome. It would be the most awesome, beautiful country if we got rid of this stupid imaginary line. And we'll have this big orange, and then we get Greenland. And how about that? That's a big country. Can't argue with that. Anyway, read Doug's message. Okay. The one in the Discord? He said, hey, just was thinking about new butt plug merch for Lemonade Stand. I shouldn't read this, right? This is private. I shouldn't read this Discord message. Or you mean the one in the chat? All right, we'll see. Let's pull that one up. Let's reuse. He said, I'm serious. Go to butt plug Wikipedia right now and look at the history. They used butt plugs to treat insanity. Do this or I'm quitting the pod and driving a butt plug into your house. Okay. Flirt. Relax. Buy me dinner first. Doug. First of all, buy me fucking dinner first. Jesus Christ. I don't want to Wikipedia search butt plugs. I've been banned for this before, dude. We did the Wikipedia race and I looked at there was like an elephant penis on my screen and I got fucking banned. Okay, I'm looking at it, but I'm not going to show it just to avoid banning. There is nothing bad. Actually, there. Okay. If you guys do look at the butt plug Wikipedia channel, I'm not kidding. I don't think I can show this. Can I? Actually, I should be able to show this. This is not bad. This is unironically from. Okay, I'll just briefly show this. It's fucking Santa Claus. Why does this exist? This is a statue. Whose ass? Like, I wouldn't even know this is a butt plug unless I saw this on the butt plugs Wikipedia. Do you understand how crazy this is? A fucking statue. Is fucking Shrek sitting on it? What is... Anyway, we're getting off topic. We were having a serious political discussion here just minutes ago. I don't know who threw it on the butt plugs, but I think all the Doug fans do. I forgot what I was talking about. It was important, but I forgot it. That's Elon holding it down for Donnie Boy. Yeah, I mean, Warbone, thank you for the gifties. I don't know, Doug fans, if you've watched the new Lemonade Stand episode, but in it, me and Doug have a pretty awesome conversation about Tesla, where he explains the difference between Tesla and its competitors on self-driving. And I learned a lot. It was cool. It was pretty fucking sick, so worth checking out. But now that you're here, I have to say something. Because some people are calling him out or being like, oh, he was defending Elon too much. First of all, he wasn't. Second of all, I said this earlier in the stream, but we just started. I'm going to say this again. I will defend Doug to the death on this, even in the comments. You don't understand how fucking easy it is to have my side of that argument. In the sphere we operate in, being the guy that's like, yeah, Elon sucks, is the easiest fucking job in the world. His job was fucking hard. He did a great fucking job. It makes the podcast way better to have somebody doing that. Okay? It makes it way better. I deeply respect Doug. I'm so glad I have a podcast with him. And it's good. You should want to steel man opposing arguments. You should want to know the strongest opposing argument. I don't even think he wasn't even that pro in Tesla, to be honest. He ended it by saying he sold half his Tesla stock. But I'm just saying, you should want that in general. You should want to understand the other side so you can have a real concrete answer. You shouldn't have to be just ignoring it. La, 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 la. All that to be said, Doug owns 6 or 7 Cybertrucks, has 10 posters of Elon on his wall, and at one point said, anything that Elon does, I agree with. This is all real. I just want to follow up my defense by also going on offense here. This is a real... No, I think it's awesome. Look, Aiden and Doug are showing up with notes, dude. They're prepared. I'm learning shit. It's fucking cool. So I just hope people in the comments will understand that. I'm worried that I talked about this off pod with them, and I was like, I hope that Doug doesn't end up being the fucking Winston Overwatch, taking all the bad comments. By the way, he's had such a beautiful, his community says rigged and we hate Doug all the time, but it's been like only pure for fun. And then fucking 10 minutes after doing a podcast with me, he gets his first annoying crash out Reddit post. Look at this. Look at this. He's never had one of these, I think. He's never had one of these. And now we got an essay. We got their first, they got a fucking incendiary title. Dude, I get one of these every 5 minutes, so I'm used to it. But I hope that Doug understands that, like, it's just a fucking natural process of trying to have any nuance that there's going to be some psycho on Reddit. Anyway, all that to be said is I just deeply respect the man and Aiden. And I'm happy to do a podcast with him. My microphone use was better. I worked on it. I was very conscious that I spoke out of the mic in the first episode a lot. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ra-da-da-da-da. Ra-da-do-do-do. When do you bring Lud in? Talk about Trump coin? Well, I was thinking of bringing Lud in as like, we need somebody to really be deeply, deeply pro-Trump, you know? And I don't know if any of us could do it super authentically, but Ludwig obviously lives and breathes it. He's like, just everything that Trump does is like perfect to him. Could have gotten Squeaks as well. I think Squeaks is actually, he disagrees with Trump a lot because he doesn't go far enough. Squeaks is like, Canada should be 51st state, Mexico should be 52nd. Squeaks is like, you know, we should still be raiding the Capitol just for fun, for practice. Squeaks is like, you know, we need to, he's just further, you know? So it, instead of two genders, only one. Squeaks is a one gender truther. Squeaks believes that there really is. He believes that two genders is too complicated. It's a woke thing to have two, and it's actually just one. He's a monogender. The book. That's where we were. Doug, you threw me off. So I'm reading this book, The Power of Nuclear. It just arrived. It's like it's a brand new book. And I'm reading the beginning, and it's about a lifetime environmental activist, James Hansen. This is a guy he's chained himself to oil pipes to block things. He's been his whole life, environmental activist. And he says over the course of his life, he's spoken at conferences, at climate change events, to government leaders, to everybody. And he's realized that most of the action on climate change is empty words. It's mostly empty words. And the only thing that he's seen actually work in any country significantly, like make quick, significant changes in reducing carbon emissions, is nuclear. Not the only thing, but it's like the main thing. And so over his lifetime, he's actually become a massive pro-nuclear advocate because it's the only thing where it like solves the energy growth need problem and it reduces emissions at the same time so that the, you know, pro-growth people and the pro-environment people can also both win. He learned that. And so he said when he figured that out, he started saying it in all his speeches and started getting pushback. And his example of pushback is the one time he went to Germany for a UN conference because he said he was speaking at other places and it was getting he was getting positive feedback. And then he went to Germany and he mentioned, you know, all this pro-environment stuff, but also mentioned that nuclear is an important part of the mix and that we needed like to increase our use of nuclear. And he had people in the front row heckling him, shaking their head, grabbing the mic to ask questions. What about the cost? What about... And then, so he said, like, by the way, he had answers for all these questions. And he goes, these fears they keep bringing up, which he had answers for, about radiation and waste and accidents. It's like insane amounts of overhype. He said specifically, they have no basis in science. The aversion is quasi-religious and super irrational. So, like, it's just funny that I have encountered a similar thing to James Hansen. Obviously, it's a pro-nuclear book, but I'm just saying that it was an interesting example. Because I didn't plan this. I was literally just reading it, and it made me laugh that so early on he mentioned getting pushback in Germany specifically. The book is called The Power of Nuclear. I got 3 books. 3 books just arrived, so I'm kind of diving in. I'm a bit on my fucking reading arc, dude. I'm trying to bulk up the old brain. I'm gonna do something. I want to do a thing about waste specifically. I've been cooking up a presentation about nuclear waste because I think it's the biggest schmoz of all time. Talking about the way people talk about nuclear waste is so disingenuous. It's so, I think, so ill-founded in the truth. And, but I want to get it right, you know, so I got to work on it. I got to cook it up in the old lab. I might do it on the pod. I might do it here. I don't know. Wait, I just realized we got to upload our fucking Tesla. Wait, answer my call? I'm so sorry. Doug called me and I missed it. I hope he's still here. Doug called me and said, answer my call. It's about butt plugs. I'm not kidding. That's actually what he said. It's not a bit anymore. That's what he said. And I'm calling him back, but I think he left. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Dude, we were supposed to upload Marketing Monday today. Fuck me. No, I think I have a Thumbo. I just... me, my editors. Editors. Well, bro, it's almost Friday. No, but we did it on Tuesday. And I wanted to rush it out before... Because the stock changes so much every day. I didn't want to be... Why upload it on a Thursday? Editors? What are you saying in quotes? Are you talking shit on the other editors? What are you saying? You're talking shit on me? What are you saying? I don't understand. Who are you talking shit on? I'm docking your pay, dude. Oh, you're not your own man. He's Elon Musking me. I'm not my own man, dude. I'm owned by my editors. I'm controlled by these mysterious editors. Fuck. I can't even... Fuck. So isn't coming out today? It should come out today. Zinjo's in chat just partying up. I thought you're the point man, Zinjo. Aren't you fucking connecting it? Am I crazy? No, it's Eric. Or is it you? I can't tell. You guys are talking up a storm in here. Yeah, I'm getting wasted. Cool. Cool. Fucking cool. Zinj is white girl wasted. All right, cool. Fucking based. I was talking about thorium. I'll talk about thorium, but not now. Not tonight. Not tonight. Tight operation you're running? Okay, don't insult my team, all right? Only I can insult my team. Otherwise, I'm a mama bear. Don't insult my fucking team, bro. We have a fucking ride or die squad. Don't ever fucking... You can insult me, and then I'll take that blame and blame my team. But you can't insult my team. It's trickled down. I passed the pain on. You call me bald, you call me old, I insult them. Dude, I honestly don't get it. Why? Why is this become the spot for people to tell me about Cardi's new drop? I've never talked about Playboy Cardi on this stream like ever. What? We're now like fucking 2.5 hours into the stream. People keep coming in and telling me, yo, Cardi just dropped, Cardi drop. Who? Why is this a spot? They're just hyped? Okay. Okay. All right, if you're just hyped and you want to share it, but that's just not, like, I got no reaction to that. Is the people who followed you for the Drake K-Dot beef? Yeah, but like, I don't know. I listen to a lot of hip hop. I don't listen to Playboy Cardi. Not really. Maybe features. Saudi Arabia about Pokemon Go. Yeah, we talked about it on the pod. Listen to it if you want. Oh, Reddit. Reddit. There's some certified fire. Okay, I'll talk about this. This is actually important. There's 2 certified fire posts on the Reddit. And I want to reward them because, like, you have to show attention to the good stuff if you want more of the good stuff. Which is why I need you all to do something for me and warm up the old singing voices. Because as we always know, before we go to the Reddit, we sing the iconic Reddit song. Sing it with me, chat.
It's time for Reddit with Atrioc. So let's go see what memes are at the top. Are this week's posts fire or flops? So go join r/Atrioc.
Wow, Pay the Musician. I'm going on a double date with Pay the Musician and Rachel this weekend. Isn't that wild? Like, they're dating because of my stream. I'm friends with Pay and going he made the Coffee Cow song and now isn't that who's my date? My wife. I thought that was obvious. Isn't that wild? That's just fucking wild. When you think about it, it's wild how that all worked out. Anyway, Pay the Musician is the GOAT. He made that song. However, this Reddit recap only has 2 posts, I think. Probably only 2 posts. First post. Right here. Wait. First post. Made everyone at the TOC, which is, what? Something of command? Tactical Operations Command? What is TOC? Watch Marketing Monday while on deployment. This is fucking hype. This is fucking crazy. This is fucking insane, dude. So, by the way, if you are young and you don't know what to do with your life, join the military. All it is hanging out and watching Atrioc VODs. This is a fact. Like, do not worry. Sign up right now. Go deploy. Because most of it is just hanging out with the boys, chilling, eating food, watching Atrioc VODs. It's the fucking coolest job in the world. There's no downside. Tactical Operations Center, that's what it is. That's what it's got to be. Tactical Operations Center. So this is a really fun post. Thanks for sending it. I'm glad you guys are watching it. It's good because I want as many Atrioc viewers to be in the military as possible so that when we start the Atrioc revolution, we'll have a lot of people in different parts of the government that can all, it's almost like Hydra. It's almost like Hydra. If you're ever in an elevator with somebody, just say, "Hail Glizzy." And if they say it back, then you know that you're part. Then you know you're part of the fucking secret. Zoom in on the whiteboard. I honestly don't want to get these guys in trouble. Anyway, good post. The comments are all about how this is part of the Clancyville private military. Clancyville private military looks like a cool job. TOC is targeted operations of Clancyville. Holy shit, wait a minute. These guys are actually not part of the U.S. military. They're fucking Clancy operatives. No wonder they're watching me. It's because they're planning an invasion. And then the other post, you might think it's this one. Imagine if Atrioc got a low taper fade. You might think that's the great post I'm talking about, but no, actually, I think that one's kind of stupid. Actually, that's not the one I was talking about because that one is fucking dumb as hell. No. Not the 3 separate posts of people saying they live in Clancyville and actually it's great. 400 upvotes, 100 upvotes every said 3 separate people with the same joke that they live in Clancyville and actually it's fucking awesome. And then I'm spreading propaganda. Not the 3 posts in a row of that. That wasn't what I was talking about. No, it was actually not the one where somebody posted Financial Times and the comment in there was glizzies and coffee cow are cheap, which means fucking Crange here bought an FT sub on my recommendation and then is poisoning the comment section, which is normally like smart business people. You are literally ruining the FT, the one safe space. It's like $75 a month to fucking type glizzy coffee cow in there. Not that post. Not the post where somebody posted Patrick Dumont, the new owner of the Mavericks, saying the Luka trade was a long-term decision right after the trade happened when their fucking GM Nico Harrison said it was a win now move. Is it long-term or is it win now? Get your fucking story straight, you fucking corrupt son of a bitch. It's more like lose now, lose later, sell the team, buy a new franchise in Vegas. No, it's not that. It's not that. It's not that. It's this one right here. So this guy, Fia Biker, said, this is a crazy thing. So I made a clip the other day where I talked about this sort of financial pyramid where at the bottom is crypto and meme stocks. And there's people that just say really simple phrases like time in the market beats time in the market, dollar cost average. And I just talked about how they often fall into traps, right? This guy wanted to add more nuance to what I was saying. He has experience. He's a financial planner. He wanted to add more. Is his title incendiary? No! It's just thoughts on dollar cost averaging. He said, I've been thinking about the take. He tries to explain my position. He adds some nuance, adds some bonus to it. Of course, it's such a good post that it got no upvotes. What he should have said was, I think Atrioc is fucking stupid. There's put that in topic, get fucking 600 upvotes, have no nuance, no source, no background. That would have done great. But him actually writing down sincere thoughts, incredible. Of course that gets no upvotes. Great Reddit. Anyway, I wanted to explain my thoughts a little bit more because I think this guy and me agree on essentially everything. So either my clip didn't fully explain my thoughts or maybe this guy misinterpreted me, but I want to explain basically what I'm saying. And I want to bring out the pyramid again. I want to bring out the pyramid here. So basically the thought is this. The thought is this. TLDR. TLDR. How do I put this? 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 Okay. For a long time, when people were planning for their retirement, you know, you're earning money during your life. You're working a job, you're saving money, and you're putting it away for retirement. People used to be pretty safe with how they allocated that money. So you might do like 60% of your money in a big diversified basket of stocks from around the world, like a world ETF. World ETF. So it would be stocks from all different markets, emerging markets, European markets, American markets, Asian markets. So like basically what you're betting on is that the economy of the world will go up over time, which is almost assuredly true, right? And they would put 40%, called a 60-40 portfolio, into bonds. This is like, government debt, IOUs from the government. Bonds are extremely safe. They get a guaranteed flat return. Right now it's about, I don't know, it's 4.5% or something for a 10-year bond. Bonds, stocks and bonds. Over time, people realized that in the world ETF, the outperformer was the American stocks. The American stocks recently, especially in the last couple decades, have been doing really well. So a lot of people started to switch to a 60-40 portfolio. It's like this. So they crossed this out. And they went 60% S&P 500. S&P 500, 40% bonds. Okay? This is a pretty common retirement portfolio for a while. And so it's like now you're getting even higher returns because this is doing pretty well. But you're a little bit more focused on American stocks specifically. So now you're really focused on American stocks. So if American stocks underperform any moment, well then, there's some risk. But it's been doing so well, why would you pick this boring one? We could have this one, okay? And then, especially millennials. I'm talking mostly to millennials. This is where the big trend has been. Millennials, like me, people my age or like late 20s, have really abandoned this altogether, and they are now doing 100% S&P 500. And also, in that time, the S&P 500 went from like a pretty diverse mix of 500 companies to being heavily market cap weighted to 7 stocks, 7 tech stocks. So basically, their retirement went from a pretty diversified mix across the world to entirely focused on 7 tech stocks. Do you understand? But they keep using the same cliche phrases that like a money manager from the fucking 60s might say about time in the market beats timing the market and dollar cost average. But you've drastically increased your risk because you're chasing higher return. And if you read like R stocks or R investing, they'll ask this question like, why do I pick S&P 500 over the world? When it's like, well, it makes more. And one of the fundamental rules of finance is that if you're getting a higher return, there's higher risk. If S&P 500 is returning 10, 20%, it's because there's higher risk. So, and if you ever bring this out to people, if you ever try to point out the hypocrisy of what they're saying, they get real emotional about it. They get angry. They think these truisms they've locked onto are like true in all situations at all times. And they hate to hear it. My second part of my point, all this aside, is that many, many people, I also need to explain, if you guys don't know what dollar cost averaging is, it basically means if I have $1,000, instead of putting $1,000 into the market right now, I might do 200 a month, 200 every month. And I never stop. 200, 200, 200, 200. And that way, if the stock's up, I'm buying. If the stock's down, I'm buying. I just keep buying. I'm just steadily, I'm not like trying to time the market. Dollar cost averaging is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I have no problem with it. My problem is the idea that just dollar cost averaging reduces your risk. Like you're safe. You'll always go up. What you're investing in still matters. The diversification of your portfolio still matters. Okay? So, okay, but the recent performance will average out and they'll likely get average 8% over time. That's another great question. Okay? Every time people say that the S&P 500 is guaranteed to give you 8-10% a year, they reference the last 100 years where like, okay, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, whatever, but it's up. And that's true. Okay? But what's worth understanding on a deeper level is, first of all, how the index has changed over time to be heavily weighted towards a few tech stocks. So the risk is getting higher and higher and higher. That's first thing. The second thing is that all of this 100 years of outperformance is at the same time that America has been the undisputed number one global hegemon, the number one global financial superpower. Okay? America has been on top and dictating the global order and all financial flows for the entirety of this 100 years. If you were to do this same experiment for the 1800s, for like the London financial markets, it would be the same thing. But what happened to London? Okay? Around the end of the 1800s and the start of the 1900s, the UK lost its premier spot as the number one undisputed center of financial flows. And all of that moved to New York. And London equities underperformed significantly. So it's not like it's just a guaranteed fact of life that American stocks will always go up at a high percent every year for the future forever. It is a unique quirk of this part of history. And as we enter into a more multipolar era, you can't just point to that and say, well, that worked then, it'll always work forever. You have to be a little more, a little more insightful or a little more thoughtful about the reality of the risk you're taking. Now, I'm not your financial manager. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Most people will tell you just fucking dollar cost average and S&P 500 and fucking shut your hair off. Fine. I don't care. If you do that, you should be happy with it. Don't let me judge you. But I just want to point out that things in the entire world are changing. Things in the financial markets are changing. And especially right now, you're putting so much of your bet on the Magnificent Seven. If someone told me they're investing dollar cost average into the world index, and that's the majority of their retirement savings, I would say just fucking buy and hold. That sounds super safe. If you're telling me the world economy will grow over time, I agree with you. If it doesn't, we're fucked anyway. I agree with you. But if you keep using the same phrases, but get more and more concentrated on your risk, I'm going to point out the flaw in that logic. Okay? That's my... And I do think having some portion of your thing allocated to bonds, especially as you get older, is a good idea. And this guy mentions that as well. This financial planner, who again, it seems like he really knows his stuff. He talks about glide paths where over time, you slowly get less and less stocks and more bonds as you get older to reduce your risk. That's fucking great. But right now in America, we have boomers with their entire net worth piled into fucking the S&P 500, which is piled entirely into NVIDIA. Do you understand? Like, these boomers could have a huge chunk of their retirement down 20, 30% right before they retire. It's crazy. And I'm not going to feel bad for pointing it out. I know it contradicts the basic three phrases you know, but there's something that needs to be said. Okay? So that's my thought process. I don't really care how you invest. Again, I understand. And I think this guy has great advice. And I do 100% believe that you should not be out there picking stocks or trying to time the market. That's true. But you should also recognize, you should be invested. But you should be invested in something that is, if you're going to be diversified, you should be actually diversified. Actually broadly exposed to a bigger than just the American market tech stocks. If you're going to do the whole just buy and hold, buy from a whole life thing. Okay, last thing I want to say. No one seemed to bring this up because I got some comments about the dollar cost average thing. They all focused on dollar cost averaging, which is the part I have no problem with. Here's this next thing. The last thing I want to say is, all right, the idea of dollar cost averaging is that every single month you have to put in the same amount. Whether the stock market's up or whether it's down, you have to put in that $200 every month or whatever. You have to just consistently do it. Otherwise, it doesn't work. If you don't do it every month, you're actually timing the market. You're not trying to build over time. In real life, people that say they love dollar cost average love to do it when things are going up. They pay it every month when the stock market's up and times are good and they have their job. And then when the stock market crashes and they lose their job or their house gets too expensive or whatever, then they stop putting the money in the market. That's when it's most important of all, because then you're buying things cheap. You're buying it expensive here. So people can say all they want. Oh, I never time the market. I'm at a dollar cost average. But in the reality is it's very hard to do in an actual downturn. It's much harder than everyone pretends it is. So you have to be You have to really understand that you're actually committing to it, and don't just say it the way that most people on Reddit do and then panic instantly. So I just want to be clear that I don't think most people have the emotional stomach or the job security to be doing this as consistently as they like. So they should take even less risk. They should have less risk in their portfolio because you're probably not going to dollar cost average the way you think you will when a downturn. You're probably not going to keep buying the exact same amount. You might lose pay. You might have a job that pays less. Do you understand? That's my point. That's my point. I'm sorry to crash out a bit, but it's very important to me. Like, this is like, I'm trying to sum up the thoughts I have about all this that nobody seems to bring up. Everyone just seems to be blindly ignoring the risk. And anytime you try to like bring this up or like point out the obvious logical inconsistencies, they just fall back on these same phrases and get real defensive, real emotional. I don't care what you do. I want this to be pointed out. Anyway, this guy's post was great. Long story short, this guy's post was excellent. It's worth reading. It's very smart. I agree with this, the way he laid this out, the way the pyramid's laid out. And I really want to appreciate Faya Biker for writing it this way. I want to reward this. This is awesome. This is like the way it should be approached because I think people learn something from it, but it's not like this fucking nitpicky Redditor trying to prove how smart they are. You know what I'm saying? It's just a human being sharing their experience. And I think when you do it that way, you're going to find we don't actually disagree on very much. So thumbs up. Anyway, that's my fucking point. And now Adish is not mad at me because I just farmed at least 2 fucking clips today. Now I farmed at least 2 clips today. Fucking easy clap. It's just that fucking easy. And now we're going to do the Playboy Cardi review. This guy keeps asking me about Peter Dutton in Australian. I'm not super familiar with their response to the tariffs. I need to read up more. I know that they are not having retributive tariffs thus far, but I don't know the stances or the arguments yet. So I have to look more in before I give you a response. I don't want to speak out of turn. That I don't know all the 20 gifted? Fuck no, I didn't. Thank you for the 20 gifted. Who gave that? Thank you very much. Pog Cham. Cohen, what the fuck? Thank you for the 20 gifted. Did you have a message? You said, been watching you for years, mainly VODs, and used your content to start my business. Going strong for a bit over 3 years now. Just paying my fee for watching so long. Currently rewatching some of your tax videos because I'm having issues with if I should open a tax haven thing or not. Thanks for the free content over the years. It truly helped me with a lot of decisions over the years. Came for the teardown, stayed for the financial stuff. That's very sweet. Thank you for that. Congrats on the business. Don't copy me on taxes. Please be smarter about taxes than I am. Don't get the tax ninja last minute, dude. But congrats on the business. Thank you. And I will play more teardown for sure. I love teardown. British Columbia just kicked Tesla off an incentive program today. British Columbia just kicked Tesla off of an incentive program today. Guy who runs the program was like, I don't know if this is legal, but I'm pretty sure nobody's going to call me out on it. And everyone agrees and knows why. Yeah, I mean, I will say, like, most countries, not most, but a lot of countries around the world are pulling away the subsidies they were giving to Tesla specifically as like a way of not only fighting back against the tariffs, but fighting back against Elon's meddling in general. I think the company's cooked in the medium term. Maybe I'm crazy, but unless they legitimately launch a working robotaxi that fucking prints money soon, I just think I feel like the brand is so tarnished. Yeah, dude, this wasn't even in my presentation. This didn't even make it into my PowerPoint, but apparently, you know, I talked about the stickers people are putting on their Teslas. People are actually modding them to look like Mazdas. Does anyone have this? Yeah, like this. Look. This is a Tesla. People are changing the fucking logo on it so they don't get, so they can pretend they didn't buy a Tesla. That's crazy. That is like, that would go into a marketing textbook as brand destruction. If your own customers are ripping your logo off of your cars to put on a competitor, that's like so rarely heard of. I can't even. Can you imagine like buying Coca-Cola and then ripping the logo off and buying a Pepsi sticker to place on there so that when you drink it, nobody thinks you're drinking Coke? It's crazy. No consumer would do that normally. It's like, it's wild. Thank you for the gift. D's Neely K. It's like how you pour coffee in liquid death cans. I don't do this. Just to be clear, I don't do this. I'm not running a long con to drink coffee secretly on stream. If I drank coffee, I would tell you, but I don't drink coffee. In fact, the only reason you call me a coffee cow is because some dumb Reddit post 3 years ago said it would be funny if you did. I'm neither a bovine, nor do I drink fucking coffee. I remembered you promised a stream where you would hotbox your room off a hot dog Benjamin, and I never promised that. Show me a clip of me promising that. I promise you I didn't do that. Have you seen the SBF prison interview? Nah. Nar. Oh yeah, this is the CoffeeZilla video. I mean, we could watch it. Well, we're in the middle of, I wanted to hear what else fucking Donnie T had to say. Where we were at.
Taxes, and if we don't open, the Democrats are stopping all of these good things that we're providing. We're providing the greatest package of benefits that this country's ever.
Oh my God, I think this too. So listen, this is exactly what I said in my predictions video, and I have to bring it up. This is a fucking. Just has to be said. I'm sorry. This has to be said, dude. Okay. This, and this. These two things. Okay. Pull this up. Okay. This is our budget deficit in purple, outlined over our budget deficit in green and teal from the last 2 years. It's exactly the fucking same, if not a little bit up Okay? There's no difference. Doge is not doing anything. It's not doing anything. People keep telling me, well, every little bit counts. It's not, there's nothing counting. Nothing is happening. We are printing and spending more than we have, just as much as we have done in the past 2 years. There is no deficit reduction. There is no getting us back towards fiscal sanity. There is no getting the return of sound money. It's not happening at all. That is why I just get these DMs of like, you're always talking about how you want to reduce the deficit, and then Elon and Trump talk about doing it, and now you don't support them. And it's like, I don't support them because I don't believe them. I don't believe them. They just pretend to agree with me, but they don't do it. They don't fucking care. There's no. So anyway, it's actually not just the same. It's increased. So the red dotted line here is this year. The lower is worse. This is more of a deficit. So again, we're doing worse than 2021, which was the worst year for deficit spending outside of 2020 at the very end. But like, it's increased, dude. We're spending more than ever. And this is unsustainable. We are the insanely indebted nation. Our debt is all rolling over at higher interest rates. Pretty soon, like half of our government spending is going to be just paying interest on the debt we already owe. It's unsustainable. It's not possible. And we're not making any sincere effort to cut it. Doge has done nothing. So I just want to like reiterate this. And I want someone to sincerely, if they're going to like, actually me, you have to sincerely answer this. If you're going to be like, no, I think Doge is actually great, you need to explain why there's no progress. There's actually no progress in our deficit. Do you think this will bring deficit to the public attention to voters taking them seriously in the future? Voters will probably never sincerely care about the deficit. I just want to, like, maybe an Atrioc viewer might care, but a voter will never actually care. The number's too big. It doesn't make sense. You can't clearly encapsulate why it hurts you. It's hard. I mean, there's just so many countries, though, that have just gone down this road, and it always leads to ruin. It always leads to disaster. You're just borrowing from the future. You're just making future citizens' lives harder to try and juice it today. You have to have a balance. You have to have sound money, dude. People are asking, I asked this question so many times, so it's annoying, but like, if you just say, hey, we're not paying our debt, then you can't get new loans. And again, we need new loans all the time because we're running a deficit. So there'll be things we're currently paying for that we can't pay for because we can't borrow anymore if we default on our debt. That's the first thing. And then if you try to print money to do it, then you just inflate your currency. So there's just, you know what I'm saying? That's what you really have to do is cut your spending to a level, cut your spending or increase your taxes, or both, or both in a probably measured, sustainable way so you don't have a shock to the economy. But get to a balance so that all of your growth doesn't rely on fucking borrowing from the future. That's where 200,000 Bitcoin come in handy easy. Holy shit. Strategic Bitcoin reserve, baby. It's back on. How many sources do you think you go through for a marketing Monday? Where's this question? One. Weed, baby. Make it all up. I do is I open PowerPoint, I smoke a fat blunt, the fattest blunt you can find, and I just start typing. Bro, I'm not even sure Tesla's a real company. I just put 200 slides up. I've never even heard of Tesla, dude. I just fucking, is it up? Is it down? I don't know. I'm fucking blazed. I'm stoned off my fucking ass. And I just let it ride. I guess I was pretty accurate, but that's just luck. What if Trump kills all the Mexican cartels and pays off the debt with their money? You think the Mexican cartels are holding $32 trillion in drug money? $32 trillion in fucking Slippin' Jimmy's safe? If so, then we're good. Do you think any measure will cut military spending? It sounds like they want to increase it everywhere. I don't know. Trump mentioned taking it down, but Trump military spending cut. I mean, it would be great. It would be my favorite thing he's done if we can, like this, what he said in February. This would be fucking awesome. That's not what this conversation seemed about. They were talking about spending more, but this, if we can get US, China, and Russia to all agree to collectively cut our military spending so that we're all spending less on military, less on guns, more on butter, this would be awesome. But I it just feels like talk. But I agree with this. This is great. Anything that Trump or even Elon, though I trust them less, surprisingly, say about cutting military budgets, I'm down for. Because it's like the only big area we can do it. But if they cut from one area of the military to redirect it to putting it towards the Canada invasion force, do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my problem. My problem is I just can't trust it, bro. I can't trust these words. I've seen so many words from so many politicians that pretend and then don't follow through on the realities because they're hard reality. I mean, cutting military spending will have an effect. It'll slow the economy in the short term. It'll piss off some very well-connected military industrial people. Hey, Big A, about to turn 30. Any recs for the last day of my 20s? You know what I did on the day I turned 30? I actually legitimately think this happened. Am I crazy? Oh, it's the Crusades. Because he's fucking old. It wasn't the day I turned 30. It was right after. But I watched Bo Burnham's Inside special. This is in 2021. I watched Bo Burnham's special, and it was about him turning 30. It was crazy. His special had it was so relevant. It was so fucking relevant. I watched it with with you know, all the mogul people, Blood, Stans, Cutie, everybody, and it was like literally right as I turned 30, he had this whole song about turning 30, and I was like, damn, this is so fucking crazy. And it had a section about being a Twitch streamer and doing React content, and I was like, damn, I'm doing that right now. Oh, that special hit, dude. Like it was like so hyper relevant to me. I made a little logo animation for Lemonade Stand. Oh, wait, really? Out loud. Ooh, fancy. That's cool. That's very sick. I'll send it to our Discord. It has to go through Aiden. He's making all the calls. He's trying to update our logo right now. Looks a little clip arty, is my feedback. Our logo, not your animation. Why the name Lemonade Stand specifically? The idea was it's like we're talking about business, but we can't run a lemonade stand or something. I mean, the real idea was like, you know, like Juicero or something, where like a stupid idea gets a bunch of venture capital money and then they buy a fucking fancy office and a jet and they travel to like give TED Talks, but they're not actually selling any fucking juice. That was the idea. Our whole theme of the podcast and the set is like, if we were a startup that lemonade stand that got a bunch of funding and then we did everything but sell lemonade. Yeah, it's like Silicon Valley. That was the idea. And it's supposed to mix business, tech, politics. Any hoot. Let's watch this Voidzilla video, I guess. I mean, I don't know if there's anything else from this. Oh, dude, I want to say this. So the part at the end of this video, there's the part at the end of Isto's video of the history of Get to Work speedruns, where it like shows all these different streamers reacting, and Squeaks was not included, so he did this.
Never mind. No way! Oh my! I can't believe it! Wait, how is he even getting that momentum? This makes no freaking sense whatsoever.
Wait, I gotta see that again.
Okay, I have to explain this. This is the skip that Lance and Not Edge discovered, and I promise you, we made sure that you cannot get enough height by hitting the jump pad. There is no situation in which you can get enough height to reach that second jump pad. But Karem doesn't land on the jump pad, he lands on the side. Maybe not that, that's what happens if you don't time your grab perfectly to catch your landing. Instead, he grabs to catch himself, which increases his friction, giving him a release boost, which gets him up the ramp. And then, right before he hits the jump pad, he grabs again, giving him a second speed boost, where he clips the box collider of the jump pad, and because he's heading up and with his newly added speed, he can reach the second jump pad, skipping the entire last section. It really is the culmination of all the skips combined. So impressive. Anyway, back to the run.
Boah, das ist so satisfying irgendwie. Oh mein Gott.
Does he hit this first try?
Final jump. What is he doing? Slow down.
Boah, das Game ist echt geil. No, so ein gutes Game.
It's such a...
Nerve-wracking. Oh, yikes. Almost fucked it.
That's nerve-wracking. Like, you're not on the team, little bro. What a funny bit, though. That was cracking me up. He's good at bits. You got to give him. You got to give it. Squinema. Okay. Do we watch Voidzilla? About Meow. Or was there something else I wanted to watch? I'm not feeling a house vibe tonight. I'm not going to kill you for asking, but I'm just not feeling it tonight. Although, here's what I want to do. Let me tell you this idea I had. All right, so we're getting near the end of house, and everyone always asks for Uno Mas, and I never do it. What if we have the Uno Mas Day, where we watch the last half of the season or something? I don't know how many episodes are there. The Uno Masathon. I'm legitimately down to do this. You can even clip it. Like, how many episodes would it be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe like the last 6. Is that crazy? 6 is a lot. Maybe 5. Yeah, the final 5. Okay. All right. So when we get to the final 5, 19 through fucking 23, we binge the whole thing. Just one Cinco Mas. We'll do it on Cinco de Mayo. Holy shit. Cinco de Mayo, the Cinco Mas house finale. Oh, that feels racist. I'm Latino. Shut the fuck up. Latino, I'm married in. The Cinco Mas, Cinco de Mayo house finale. So we're in March. Okay, April, May. So yeah, between now and the end of April, we have to get to the episode 19. Easy. Easy. Yeah, perfect. And then we'll fucking Cinco de Mayo and we'll watch the last 5 and it'll be a super fun stream. I'm locking it in. That sounds great. That sounds fucking great. That's perfect. And then we'll be done. It's Saturday? Perfect. Perfect. This year, I promise. This year. If for whatever reason I have to do a family thing with Ari's family on Cinco de Mayo, and it's not over during the day, then I will do it the day before or the day after. That's a promise. Okay? I'm repeating this. We're going to do it. But I think we'll do it on Cinco de Mayo. I don't think we have anything. And if we do, it's like a brunch or something. Cinco de Mayo is a Monday? Oh, well then never mind. Probably have to do marketing Monday, bro. Cinco de Mayo is a Monday. Okay, what if we do Cuatro de Mayo, but it's the Cinco de Mayo marathon because it ends at midnight. It ends, Cinco Mas happens on midnight, rolling over to Cinco de Mayo. Bada bing, bada boom, cinema! That would mean going live on a Sunday? Yeah, fuck it. Maybe I'll skip Saturday. Easy. Easy. We're locked in. This is a great idea. I want to do this. It's a great way to finish. I want to give something to all the Uno Mossers. It'll be perfect. When is Marketing Monday ever been a roadblock for you? It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I do a 200 fucking slide PowerPoint presentation. I'm 1 day late. And the idea is that I never work on it. The narrative is that I'm just never working. I just don't do any work. It's always fucking blown. I'm working on it a lot. All the reading is working on it. The thing is working on it. Trying to make it funny is working on it. Sometimes it's cut down. Dude, it's really funny. I'm not going to mention this, but there's like 30 slides that I cut out of the German one because I thought it would be too incendiary. So it's funny because I was trying to do the kindness thing. I cut out like 30 slides that I think are like very strong points that I cut out as like, because I didn't have a way to make them not so direct. Can we get one? No, I'm not going to say it. It's about Robert Habeck's old job, and I have this whole No, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. It's too mean. It's not nice. Nice. Drop that. That'll be on the Patreon. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, guys, this might actually be a fucking rap ski for me. I thought I would. I'll watch a video. I want to watch a video. I'm gonna watch a video. It's still early, but like I don't want to get into something too big. I enjoyed today's stream. I could go longer, but I got nothing to. I think the Voidzilla might be too. I don't know. It's not. Oh, there's a new Almost Friday. There's a brand new Almost Friday. Let's watch that. I love Almost Friday.
Wake up!
It's called Scared Straight Office Edition. I don't even know what that means.
Welcome to Hoboken Industries. This is a 30-person full-time company that does not provide dental. What you're about to see are some kids who are one choice away from being here for life. One choice away. They do one more thing. This is the rest of their life. They think they're special and different. They're not, okay? You're watching Scared Straight 9 to 5. Scared Straight!
I've never seen what this is parodying. So I don't know. Do I need to have seen that? What? I know that Scared Straight was like an MTV thing, right? Or something? Yeah, it's for prison. I get the idea, but I don't. They take kids into prison and I haven't seen it. I've only seen parodies. I've never seen. Okay. So you take kids to prison, you scare them so they don't want to do crime. Okay.
Well,
watch a clip. All right, let's just do it. Scared Straight clip. I only see like parodies. I only see parodies. I don't know if anyone has a great clip. Oh, we'll just watch this. Was this his bike? Can I watch this?
To this kid here. Why you here? Stealing. What the fuck you doing? Steal something. Bite. I'm quite.
Okay. So it's just kids. You bring them to prison, you scare them. Okay. I got it. Wait, this is the best clip ever?
You wanna go in there? You wanna go in there? Come on. Huh?
I can't.
Why you can't?
Because the door's not open all the way.
The door is not open wider. Okay. Guess where you staying tonight?
Here.
You're damn right you are. He's trying to get out.
Chill out, man. Have you tried parole?
Okay, this kid's like, yeah, I mean, it seems tough to scare them straight when they know at the end of the day they go home to their parents. Like they have to be, it can sort of scare them, but it's like they're not. Like no one can hurt you. You're on TV and.
Welcome. Come on in. Did you have a good weekend?
Yo, what's up? My name is Ethan. There's just no way that I end up in a 9-to-5 office job like this, and I'm doing like my own thing with my music right now, so I'm just not worried about it at all, because I'm probably gonna like skyrocket, so yeah, I'm just not worried about it.
Look around, new me. Line up right here. Line up right here.
You guys don't look like you're dressed for success. Put the clothes on. Put 2 suits on. I want you wearing 2 suits.
Hey, everybody, this is Ethan, Anna, and Matt.
It's Anna.
It's too long and no one's gonna remember that.
I'm Anna. I'm 21. I'm here because I told my parents I want to take some time off after graduation. You know, just figure out what my passions are.
I'm gonna make you my work wife, bitch.
Look at me, Red.
I like this one. She's pretty.
Give me your shoes. He has a DUI. Give me your sneakers.
Day, 8 hours.
He only got custody
You want to guess what today is the Monday after?
What's up? I'm Matt. I just graduated with a communications degree. My parents say that I'm gonna get like an entry-level sales job or something. That's cool with me. I don't really give a shit.
Looks like one of you has a dream. Which one is it?
Me.
What is it?
It always music.
On the side of a bridge. You have zero individual purpose.
Sit at my desk, bitch. Sit at my desk, bitch. Not comfortable, is it? No, huh? It hurts my back. I'm in here every day for 8 hours. Right next to Tim. Hello. Look at him. Look him in the eyes.
Why is he staring at me?
He's scanning you. He's scanning you up and down looking for conversation.
No, he's not. He's not 35 years old. He's not 35 years old. He's not even close to 35 years old. You in 2026? I'm 33. So I'll be 34.
Starters.
I don't want him to.
That won't matter to me.
Well, and then all office supplies are going to go through Greg, but be careful with Greg. He will chat your ear off.
Okay, what was that sound?
That's a Google Meets link. That means someone's pissed at him or he's got more work to do. Look at him. He's in a sunken place.
Okay.
Dude, do you guys remember? I don't think my job was like this, but do you remember, if any of you were old heads, when I streamed while working at NVIDIA, which I did till 2022, every day during stream, I would get pinged. You get my email Outlook notification like 20 times a stream. And then I would end stream at like 11 and have to answer all those fucking emails, dude. That shit was crazy.
This could be you. Look at him. He's a sick man.
Hi, I'm the intern.
Oh, what do you do?
Hey, what did I say about talking to the intern?
You didn't say anything.
I thought it, though. I said don't talk to the intern, okay? She's working for valuable experience in the future for free now. Anna, how many cars are out there, Toots?
374.
That's right. Good job. Is your diaper full?
Very.
All right, we'll get someone up here to drain that out.
I want to go home.
I want to go home.
Nah, you'll go home at 5. Just like everyone else.
So you're gonna, what, take a year off? Figure things out?
Dumb bitch.
Elise, you took a year off after school. What happened?
Burnt down a lens crafters.
Check out the intern. It's all right, you can check her out. I won't tell. Her mom is getting buried right now. Got hit by a bus. So guess what time she's going to the cemetery? 5. Shut the up. She's gonna go at 5. Just like you. White boy.
Wake up! Interrogatory. Who's in a line? I'll demonstrate. I have stage 3 colorectal cancer. The company doesn't cover it, and I'm friends with you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Craig. Happy birthday to you.
You know, every show about offices makes this seem kind of sad, but in my experience, it always rules. Anytime someone brings a cake to the office, you get a little break. You get to say happy birthday. That's not fucking awesome. Why? What's the fucking problem? Why am I so fucking stuck up? I can't enjoy that. It's fucking great. It's fun. It's a nice little fucking bonding moment.
What just happened?
He's free.
You think this is funny? You think it's fine working here?
The cracker ass don't know shit!
Nothing here feels like an achievement! Red, look at me! Red, look at me, Red!
Okay.
Red!
You're tough to crack, Red. Those are my favorite.
You're gonna answer him to see your big fat cock falls off!
Come on,
Your big fat cock falls off!
You are!
Oh yeah? Suck it! Suck it!
Stop! Send him to the hole! Go! Take him!
That's disgusting.
Wet. My
That's
wife
disgusting.
said, you know what she said? She said we ought to take him to small claims court. He doesn't show up. The guy doesn't show up. He just isn't there. I'm like, what, am I not a person too? And when he doesn't show up, what am I supposed to do? Well, we don't know. We can't do anything, right?
Yeah, this is actually horrendous.
And then suddenly 2 days, then the other.
Okay, all right.
But, you know, like,
all right, I got him.
What do you do?
Get me out!
Well, until you save up,
Get me out!
you save up enough coin so you can retire, and then you stay home and watch cable TV all day until you take.
Dude, I will say this. One more thing. This is no knock. Again, I love my coworkers in NVIDIA. I really did. I'm not exaggerating. But one thing they would do that always kind of put me off, especially, you know, I joined them when I was 26, was they would always make it seem like having kids was so horrendous. Like, none of them ever talk positively about having kids, dude. They would always talk about it like, oh God, it's the fucking, you know, and it's like, I'm sure it'll be a challenge, but it always made me feel like, damn, everyone here is doing well, dude. Like NVIDIA pays fucking well. If you guys can't manage it, like how does anyone? It was kind of like, it would make me feel kind of like, it was like, I don't know. I felt some type of way. I feel like upset. They were just all like old and like mad about having kids. And it's like, bro, that's crazy. Like nobody in America on average is getting paid as well as you guys. Why the fuck are, debt? It wasn't always about the cost either. It was just like they were just stressed or tired or I don't know. They didn't really talk about, and it's not like, I'm not saying there's always not going to be good and bad up to it, but they just really only amortize the negative sides. And I found it off-putting because I do want to have kids.
No one should have to do this. I'm gonna go back to business school or something.
Stand straight!
I'm gonna stop singing. I'm gonna stop stalling. I'm thinking about computer science. Maybe I'm gonna make my mama proud because I don't want to die.
Stand straight!
Working at McDonald's, okay. If it meant I never had to see any of these people, or God forbid, live their lives, their sad, sad lives.
Stand straight!
How'd this show go? Was the show good? Do you think they bought it? You think the kids are scared? The kids were pretty scared. But if I'm being totally dead honest, seriously, it's not that bad. We're not that bad. It took everything I had, everything within me to not react to Craig's death.
I'm Dan Morgan from Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Have you suffered abuse in the workplace? For over 35 years, we fought to keep employees safe from harmful work environments. Office violence?
Oh yeah! Suck it!
Sexual harassment?
What perfume is that?
Whistleblowers?
We went to Dave Matthews Band the other day and we took a
edible.
Work overload? With over $25 billion recovered and over 1,000 lawyers in all 50 states, we are for the people. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest.
Wait, is this a real ad integrated into this fucking... This is a real ad for Morgan & Morgan built into the actual content of the... Holy, that's next level. Holy, that's next level. I watched it thinking it was content. I got fucking debated. That's incredible placement. That's next. That's that next. Chad, I'm going to end here. Thank you very much for watching today. I'll be back tomorrow with a lot more stuff to talk about and more stuff to do. And I appreciate your time and I thank you for spending it with me. We're going to raid somebody. We're going to raid Whodat 950 because he's the GOAT. And that's that. That's all there is to it. So give Whodat some love, and I'll see you tomorrow if you're available. Goodbye. Thank you for watching.